Evening, everyone. Evening. Hope everyone is well today, and you've had a good day. It's
The best
evening
day.
time now.
The
Yes, your
best
best
day.
day. It's evening time. No wonder. I've got no doubt you're all settling down for your teas after either a hard day at work or an hard day sitting in the chair at home, whatever it might be. Um, Even Sheriff got home early today because a machine broke down. So he was well
Excellent news.
chuffed, wasn't you, Sheriff?
And and I have news, mate.
Oh, go on.
It's not working tomorrow either.
Oh, you're off tomorrow, are you?
I've already see this is when I said you haven't looked at the description for tomorrow's show, have you? The
No, I
brunch.
haven't. No,
No. I knew that. 'Cause you see,
no.
we're
Mm.
both here.
Well, happy days. Sorry, I'm chewing on a bit of ice. Sorry. Terrible behaviour, that is. I thought it was just going to melt because it's so hot, but it hasn't. It
Yeah.
has now. It has now.
Yeah. And so I've got tomorrow settle down and watch the eclipse thing.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Yeah.
tomorrow, isn't it?
Yeah, why not? Indeed. It is what it is, isn't it, at the end of the day? Um, Big up to everyone who's jumped in already. Nearly 40 of you in here. Hopefully that'll grow. We just thought, do you know what? It's Tuesday. It's not quite Crackerjack Day for those of you that remember Crackerjack at 5 to 5 on in the old
Friday.
days when we was kiddies. Yeah,
Used to win a cabbage, mate.
well that's it. Yeah, and he's put me right off now. Listen, it's all about the fans tonight. Yeah, it's all
You
about whether you're a YouTuber, whether you're a fan, whatever you are. It's about what you lot think tonight. Okay, now we're going to have a little our little 10 pence worth. Yeah, and then I'll stick the link in the chat, and anyone is more than welcome to come on with your camera on. Obviously, if we know you, the camera don't have to be on. But for people that might be new, the camera has to be on. I'm afraid it is
it
what it
is
is, as they say.
well, put it this way, we've seen it with other channels where they've been taken down.
Yes, yes, yeah.
They've let various people on with camera, and then certain things happen. We won't go into details,
Well, yes.
but
Uh,
you can imagine the sort of things
we're gonna
that
try and be
happen.
careful, as they say, Mark,
Yeah,
aren't we?
you got to go a bit careful this day and age.
I'm going to click on this one just while we're talking about Spurs because we had a little chat about this earlier on. Sheriff, now you've seen the third kit. I've seen the third kit. Do you know what? It is a bit plain and basicy, if you like, but I love purple, mauve,
Yeah,
lilac. It was my mum's favourite colour. So I've sort of followed suit with that, if you know what I mean. And I quite like
definitely.
it, to be fair. I will be getting one of those.
Yeah,
Definitely will be getting one of those.
um yeah, to me, now the third kit I was hoping for, but they've done it sort of with the second kit.
Yeah,
Remember the third kit used to come up? It used to be a bit wacky, didn't it? You know, there used
I
to
know what
be
you
like
mean. Hmm.
a sort of picture in the background, or what was the one that came out a few years ago? It had something to do with North London and that all over it, and
Right. Yeah,
but there was
yeah,
various sort of hidden messages in there, wasn't there?
yeah, yeah. I'm
And you
with
can
you.
remember the one. I believe it was the third kit. The one I really liked is the one that you got, and I've got upstairs somewhere. The
The
Ajax shirt.
green, yeah, the Ajax
The
shirt.
Ajax
Yeah,
shirt.
had to have one of them, mate.
Mm.
Had to have one of them. Um, we'll whiz through, say hello to a few people. I'll get on
Yeah,
them
but
straight away
to
tonight.
me, to
Go
me,
on.
Nike are the most boring kit manufacturers I've ever seen Tottenham be involved with.
Yeah,
Their shirts
yeah,
are awful, mate.
yeah. It's not the best, to be fair.
No,
But
I was
yeah,
actually quite excited when we signed for Nike all them years ago.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Those were
yeah,
their trainers and whatever.
yeah,
I was like, oh,
yeah. Of
Nike do
course.
some good stuff.
Yeah.
You know, we'll get some stunning kits, but nah, not for me.
Not anymore.
Nah, they're boring, mate.
Fair enough, isn't it? It
As you
is
know,
what it is, mate.
I won't buy the home one because of the colour of the sponsor.
Well, yes, yes.
That should never be on a Tottenham shirt.
I like the away kit, to be quite honest, as well. It's
Yeah,
got the sort of, not flecks, are they? The
yeah.
lines of the
There's sort of
different
flashy
colours
bits in
on
it.
the blue. Yes, it. Yeah,
I think
yeah.
they
I
got the
quite like
second and
that one
third
as well.
kits mixed up.
Maybe. Yeah,
Yeah, you know,
maybe, mate.
because I can
Maybe.
imagine the away kit being like the third kit.
Yeah, with all
You know,
the
because the
flashes on
third
it,
kit's
like you
always a
say.
bit,
Yeah.
well, not that any of the night shirts are really jazzy, but there was always like it was always a bit out there, wasn't it? A
Yeah,
third
yeah.
kit, or has been.
I get what you mean, mate. I get what you mean. Bear with us for 5 minutes, people. I'm going
Yes,
to whiz through a few of these and then I'll get the link in the chat. Logan's in. He says, always
there you
loving
go.
an evening show. Big up, Cookie Sheriff. If it's the panel, whoever pops on and the chat, big up, everyone. Exactly, Logan. Big up to you, mate. Thanks for being in. Aussie Angie's in. Hello, Lords of the panel, loving the shows. He says, we all appreciate you and we
Thank you
appreciate you
very
for being
much.
here too, Aussie Ange. Thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah, thank
we
you.
appreciate anybody in the audience.
Yeah, of
Everybody
course.
in the audience is because, as I believe you said this morning, mate, unless my memory's completely shot to pieces, as you know it is.
Yeah,
I believe you said it this morning without the chat. It's a waste of time us doing it.
yeah,
You know, you're the ones that make the show.
of
We just come
course.
out here and try and give our views and
Yeah.
report any news, but it's a secret. Shh, don't tell him. Oh, him. Don't tell him. We get most of the news out the chat.
Well, I wouldn't go that
Or
far.
some of it.
I do quite a bit of research, Mark, to be honest with you.
I do a little bit, mate. I look at Facebook.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's your job because I haven't got Facebook. So there you go. You are the rumor man of Facebook. Big
Yeah,
up Aussie
it's a load
Ange,
of
hope you're
rubbish
well.
on there as well.
Well, listen, it is what it is at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Big up Steve. Hope you're good, mate. Big up
I'm
to
sure we'll be
you.
seeing you in a minute.
Yeah, Mr. Chambers. Good up to you. While he's cooking the dinner, he's not missing this one. Well, we'll see who wants to come on and air their views at the end of the day. Some people might be upset and want to have a rant, which is fine. Just keep the swearing under control. And some people might want to come on and praise. Some might want to praise the early stuff and be disappointed with the last month or so. So it's up
Yeah.
to it. It's up to the
This,
people at the end
this
of the
is your
day.
show.
Yeah, it certainly is. Big up, Pete. Andrew's in.
Andrew,
Big up,
big
Andrew.
up,
Hope you're
big
well.
up.
And this dodgy geezer's in as well. Hope you're feeling better, Nige,
Yeah,
by the
head of
way.
technology.
Yes, evening to you, Nige. Hope you're good, mate.
Yeah,
Big up
big
to
up,
you.
mate. Hope we ain't worked too
Um,
hard, mate.
well, that's it, isn't it? Drewler's in. Big up, Drewler. Hope you're well this
Big
evening.
up,
Big up to
Mr.
you.
Lala.
Michael's in. Michael, big up, Michael.
Big up,
Hope you're well, fella. Big up to you. Evening
big
to
up.
you. World Under's in. Big up to the World Under. He says, I hope Viv's got your tea on the go.
See, it just makes
Sheriff.
me laugh and smile every time. Every time. The first comment, it's not good evening. Big up, you too.
No bumbers, Winkle, apart from Jed Spence might be going. That's what's it called? Getting on the roll, as they say. They say that Inter don't want to pay what Spurs want. Spurs value him at somewhere between 40 and 45 million, and they only want to pay 35 million
But
tops.
that's because they're skint. Apart from that, is it Como that's got all the money?
Yeah, Como, yeah.
Yeah. No one in Italy's got any money. That's why
Well,
whenever I see one of their players, when I see one of our players linked with someone in Italy, I think, well, where are they getting that from?
yeah. My man has just texted me. He says you can do what you need to do now. He's sorted it at the other end.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, nice
Yes.
one. Big up to you, Mark.
Right. I will.
Yeah, I'll keep saying
This
hello.
means I got to do some work, mate. This is not in
Well,
my
yeah,
pay
that's
grade.
about time. I mean, half a day today, and then you're sitting here chatting away, and I've got to do some work, Cookie. Well, get on with it.
It's not in my pay grade, mate. All this work stuff.
It is in your pay grade. Trust me, it is in your pay grade.
I'm not used to it.
Hello,
I'll
Kate.
break out in a sweat in a minute.
double squeeze for Kate today because she
Oh,
got one this morning. And there we go, Kate. You get an evening and an evening
yeah.
squeeze as well. There you go.
Big up, Kate.
Big
I'm
up to
sorry I
you,
missed this
Kate.
morning's. See. That's my mind. I should have thought about this morning as well.
Wow, this is what I mean. You see, I gave you a squeeze this morning, Kate. Don't you worry. Mr. T's in, moderator and YouTube member. Hashtag the Mark Army, he says.
Yes.
We're here, mate. We're here, Mr. T. Don't you worry about that. The Mark Army are about. Nige says, ooh, I could crush a grape. Was that Cracker Jack?
Oh, yes. Yes, it was a crushed grape thing.
Yeah.
I can't see you, mate. I'm on a different screen.
He says, ooh, I could crush a grape.
Yeah, that wasn't. Oh, see.
I do remember it, but
Yeah,
I don't.
that
If
was
that
the
makes
one
sense.
after Ed Stewpot, wasn't it? Did
I
Ed
think so.
Stewpot
Yeah.
used to do Cracker Jack? Whoever it was that did Cracker Jack, it was when the new bloke took over.
Right. Got you. Got you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm with you. I'm with you.
Yeah, I remember Crush a Grape.
Evening to Lee. Hope you're well, Lee. Get over to Lee.
Big up.
Give him a
Yes.
sub over there. Absolutely. Rick says Gakpo and Savinio are the two, and I'm happy with that. Interesting, Rick. Very interesting.
Yeah. Now, to me, they're not really Bomber Central. If I got to mention that word, they're not. Now, Osherman is a completely different kettle of fish. That is major Bomber.
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely, definitely.
I'm not saying they're not good players.
Yeah.
Gakpo and Savinio, but
yeah,
they don't really
float your boat.
Well, they don't get me as excited as an Osherman would. I'm not saying they're not good players, but I mean, I want that feeling when we sign Klinsmann, and you see the paper and you're like, wow.
Don't know if you'll get another one of them, mate, like
No,
that. But
probably
I know
not.
what you're saying now. I know what you're saying. You want
No,
a top pod up front.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cheers, Lee. Yeah, hit the like button, hit the
Yes.
subscription button if you haven't, and get us out there, peeps. Get us out there. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to whiz through a few quickly. Daniel's in. Big up, Daniel.
Big
Hope
up,
you're
Dan.
well. Big up, Claire. Hope you're well,
Big
Claire.
up.
And haven't had
Evening.
too much of a day at work, girl.
This is
Big
the one
up
with
to
the
you.
aircon, yeah?
No, that's Jane. That's Jane.
Oh,
Jane
of course.
does the aircon.
See, that's my. No, I do apologise. That's my memory.
No, Claire's been out, been at work since whatever time this morning.
Oh, yes. Yes.
She was listening in, I think, at work. Yeah.
Now, I'll probably get this wrong.
Or on the radio.
I'm not even saying anything. I'm not even saying anything because I don't get it wrong anyway.
Yeah, he'll only get it wrong, people. So it's just, yeah.
My mind
Bird
shut.
on a Banjo says he loves the purple kit. I like it too, Bird on a Banjo, to be fair. Daniel thinks it's nice. Big up, Daniel. Hope you're well, mate. Logan is not a huge fan of it personally. Nige says colour, yes. Stripes, no. Oh, yeah, I get it. Ghost is in. Ghost is in. Big up to you, Ghost. Hope you're well, my friend. And Jeff's in. Big up, Jeff. Hope you're well. And original YouTube member.
The original member. The first
Marianne is in. Marianne is in. Good evening, boys. And all in the chat. Good evening to you, Marianne. Hope you're well. Nige says night were good when they had the total 90s. Remember the total 90s, Sherry? Yeah, there you go.
Back in the
One
day.
Spurs King is in. Big up to you. He says Under Armour kits under Poch were quality.
They were my favourite, the Under Armour kits.
There you go. Scotty says, big up, Scott. Big up to you, One Spurs King. Scott says, I like the design, but the purple is not for me. It's a bit like we're talking about this, Mark, the kit, the third kit, and we're all like it with the players as well. Do you know what I
Okay.
mean? I could say a player, and I think, oh, he'd be all right at Spurs. He'd do an half decent job, and you'd go,
Yeah.
"What are you talking about? He's
Yeah.
crap." And someone else would go, "Well, he's all right," you know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's just the same
It's
as with
it
players, isn't it?
is. Now I said this wrong the other day. It's
Yeah,
potato, isn't it? You know
potato,
what I mean?
potato. Yeah,
Tomato, all that sort of not. But I believe on one of the morning shows I said potato, tomato.
that's because you got
I
tomatoes
believe.
on the brain, Sheriff. That's what that is, mate.
No, that's because I can see them growing in your allotment.
Well, yeah, that's
From all the
absolutely.
nanny and granddad audits. Get over
Danny
there. And,
Mole's in. Danny Mole's in. He says, I ate all three kits this season. I wish we had Adidas, or as they say in America, Adidas.
fair
There you
play
go.
to you. Yeah, the
There
night
you
ones
go.
are a bit boring. They're not.
It is what it is. Futures
Yeah.
Brights in. Evening Sheriff and Cookie.
Big
Love
up
it.
to you.
The little cookie there. Hope
Big
you're
up to
well.
everyone in here.
Futures. Yeah, big up, Ronnie. Hope you're
Big up.
well.
Big up.
I will be, Ronnie. I've been sent a link by this dodgy geezer. He said, go there, Cookie, and get it. It'll only be about 17 quid, I think it is. So that's where I'm going. I can't,
But
let
with the
you know.
postage, mate, I paid £20 and 8p.
There we go.
The away one.
There we go. So, yeah, it is what it is. Bird on a Banjo says, kind of like how Romero has shown his true colours for anyone still on the fence about him. Twat.
The next comment, can you say what you really think, though?
Yeah. Pete says, Sheriff, disagree. It's you guys and the guests, mainly you, though. Oh, Pete's
No.
sending the love in for Sheriff this evening. Yeah, well, you know what you're up to, Chambers. Don't you worry about that. Phil COYS is in. He says, hydrate people. It has been warm today, not as warm up north as it has been for you lot down south, I think, but it was pretty roasty warm up here today, so I can't even imagine what it was like for you lot down south today, to be honest.
30 odd tomorrow, I think.
Yeah, Thursday's meant to be boiling. We've got 90 odd degrees on Thursday up here.
Oh, have you?
Yeah, yeah.
Jesus.
89, I think, that I see on my phone. 89 or 88 degrees. So whatever that is, 31, 32, something like that. Yeah. And that's up here, so God knows what you'll have down there. I think
Next
I
one, mate.
heard something about 37 and 38 mentioned.
This bloody camera already, look.
The camera's done him again. His
20 minutes
brothers.
in. This bloody laptop's going
New
in the
computer
freezer, mate.
required for the sheriff, I believe.
No. That's right. I'm head of technology, mate. I'll sort that out.
Future says the two unwise men.
That's why I started laughing, mate, because I read it. I could see it.
Ronnie says Spence, Udogi on the move. It seems like they could be going, Ronnie, and it means we will need another two fullbacks. Absolutely, we will. Whether they let them both go or not, I don't know. Spence obviously wants first team football. Udogi's built like an 100-metre runner,
Yeah.
and no wonder he gets injured all the time.
He's more an
You know,
athlete, isn't he?
he's built like a brick shithouse, isn't
Yeah.
he? Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
anyway, they'll have to sort something out. Me earphones are trying to walk away. Sorry about that, people. Evening to Flicks. Hope you're well, Flicks.
Big up,
Gonna
Blake.
smash through a few now. Smash
Yeah.
them likes, he says. Absolutely. Music Realm's in. I haven't seen you for a couple of weeks. Music
Big
Realm.
up.
I still think there is something cooking, he says. I'm not worried. Big up to the both of you. Hugs for Kate COYS. There you go. Come on, you Spurs. He said, even hugs from other people in the chat now,
There you go,
Kate.
Kate.
You know what I mean? Talk about a community looking after you, Kate.
Yeah.
Honestly. There you go. Rick says letting Spence go for less than 40 mil would be mad. Interesting. Here she is. The air conditioning lady. I told you got it wrong, Sheriff. It was
Yeah, I know.
Jane.
I know now, mate.
Um,
It's suddenly the memory has reappeared in my mind. It was
that's
lost
a
in the
bit.
fog in the back somewhere.
Yeah, I know that feeling. I'm chatting away on here sometimes, Sheriff, and someone will butt in. Do you know what I mean? Say something, and I forgot what I was talking about.
Normally me,
Well, you know,
you know,
it is
not,
what it
not
is.
not not casting aspersions or nothing.
Evening, Jane. Hope you're well. Hope you're well. There you go. Thanks, handsome. Two in one day. What can I say, Kate?
Right.
And now Music Realm as give you a little squeeze as well.
Yeah,
So
there you go.
say no more. Uh, Daniel says, I don't really understand this Spence love, to be honest. Never nailed down a spot since he's been here. I'm sorry to many fans are living off this World Cup hype.
I
Mark,
get
can you
that.
give your fig on Spence while
Yeah,
I put the
I
link in
do
the
get
chat,
that.
mate?
I
So,
do get that because he was brought in as a right back, wasn't he? Never really got his spot there. Then he
yeah,
was switched to the left, that I know you love because he hasn't got a left foot,
yeah,
and then he done all right for England. I wouldn't say he was even brilliant for England, would you?
he
He
done all
did
right.
all right.
He done all right. Made a couple of last ditch tackles and
Yeah,
stuff,
but there
trying
was
to get
one, wasn't there?
forward.
There was
Got
one,
forward
wasn't
a
there?
little bit,
Yeah.
but because he had,
To be honest with Jed, I've always thought he tries a lot. You can't fault his effort,
yeah,
but sometimes he's not really got much end product, does he? Not really.
not really, no.
No, and to be, I won't be too bothered if we moved, as long as we get someone else. Obviously,
Well, yeah, yeah,
you know,
you
you
know,
can't just sell him and have well. We got you doggy who's made of sugar glass. Um, that
Robertson,
young one, yeah, Robertson's out there now, yeah, but
yeah,
who
Souza,
knows how many games he's going to play because he is cracking on a bit. He's not as old
yeah,
as us, but
yeah.
he's got to
He's
be.
not as old as
No,
us.
but he's like 30 odd, isn't
Yeah, yeah, he's getting on a bit, mate. Yeah,
he?
yeah,
Yeah, so and I suppose Daddy Davis can play out there
yeah. And Van der Ven can play out there as well.
if they. Yeah, well, yeah, I know he does for the Dutch, but
And he could go free at the back.
yeah, he could do.
He
But that's
might
Van der
do.
Ven.
I
But that's
don't know
Van der
if
Ven not.
it's yeah,
That's Van
yeah.
der Ven not left wing back then, is it?
Well, no, not left wing back. But if he went free at
No.
the back, it'd mean whoever was playing at wing back, whether that be a Porro in front of Spence and um,
The left we're on about, not Porro.
yeah, on that side I'm talking about. On the left,
Yeah,
like the names we've just mentioned, probably be
Robertson.
Robertson to be honest, because he can
Yeah,
cross a ball.
yeah.
He can cross a ball. So
And there's that Souza, isn't there, the young one?
yeah, I think he's going to go out on loan though. To be honest
Yeah,
with
that
you,
I read
Mark.
rumblings of that, but I don't believe nothing I read anyway.
Yeah, yeah, fair play. Big up Steve.
Good
Big up
evening.
Scotty. Hope you're
Good
both
evening.
well. Have you heard much today, chaps? Apart from the old Jed Spence out the door, and maybe Udogie as well. Obviously, Van der Ven signed his contract now, but I'm not hearing much about forward players coming in. All I keep getting told is Savinio's probably done, and we're waiting for Romero and possibly other players to go out of the club before we get anyone else in. I've actually read that, and I can bring that up not on the screen, but I can get that up on my phone and read it word for word if people want it word for word. I've got
Yeah.
it, but let me have a look. Mark, just talk for a minute, and I'll
No,
have a look at this.
no. So how are we, gentlemen?
Yeah, good, thanks. I just want to say good evening to Cookie, Sheriff, and Scott. Hope you're all well this evening.
Big up,
Uh,
man.
yeah, I'm not, I know Deserby done an interview with Sky Sports earlier saying we're not done in the transfer market. He's happy with the place he's got in already, but he
Yeah,
said we are not done yet. So, but
yeah,
with the Spence thing, see, I'm torn on Spence, right? Because okay, he had a half decent World Cup, I suppose. But for me, there's been too many times over the. How long's he been here? Since Conte, right? Conte brought him in. It was club signing, yeah.
Yeah, it's been a
Yes, that's
while,
right.
isn't it?
So you're
Yes. Well,
talking what
he didn't actually
2022?
play under Conte, did he?
No, so he's been here since 2022, and there's been a lot of I don't know. There's been too many times where he's thrown his toys out the pram and things like
Mm.
that. So if De Zerbi's going down the route of I need to get the players out that have thrown it like a Romero as well, and
Yeah, yeah,
to a degree of Vicario, because Vicario I know Vicario's kicked up at some point, but and things like that. But then you can say that about Van der Ven, but is Van der Ven different in the fact that, like he's come out and said, I love the club, I want to make more memories. I was very frustrated last season. Do you know what I mean? So it swings around about it. You could say that about most players last season. To be fair, that they were just throwing their toys out the pram and arguing with fans and stuff. So it's hard. It's hard. But isn't did Scott? Did I see you put in the comments on Doggy's going as well? Is that right?
I mean, there's what do you believe? Yeah, there's talk that we're in discussions with Roma, so it depends, I guess, what you believe. But yeah, when Mark said, "What have you heard?" The big talk today seems to be Udogi to Roma and
yeah,
Spence potentially to Inter.
yeah,
Um, no new links, and again, I never know how realistic those links are. Just saying what the talk is.
Mm.
Um, for me, I'm happy to see both of them sold. I don't think we will because, as I said in the comments too, Spurs fans aren't that lucky. Our club isn't that smart to move them on. But it would be great. It would be a great move to see both of them sold if we could get them gone. But I don't think we. I don't. I don't. My guess is neither will go because we seem to like to keep players who have shown that they aren't good enough at this club and see if we can keep them forever.
I think Spence is gone. I think Spence is pretty much nailed on to go, right? But like you say, in Doggy, now in Doggy, I mean, if he can stay fit, then I want to see what he can do. But it's just he can't stay fit. So if he goes as well, it's Robertson and Davis as left back, right? And then we've got Porro as a right back. So essentially, what you need is because I think Caesar will go as well. So you're hoping that if they're going to shift some of these players out, like they shifted out Solomon today, do you know what I mean? I've had the Ashley Phillips deal stalled a bit, something to do with a medical or something.
yeah, yeah. I've read that as
I
well.
don't think that's been completed, so you could look at it in that way. He might come back if it don't go through. So
Yeah, fair play, mate.
I don't know. It's starting to worry me a little bit now because I did sort of check in this morning on the show and heard what you were saying and stuff, but it is starting to worry me a bit now because it's seems like we're stalling. We're waiting to get these players out, so just get them gone.
Yeah.
Seriously,
Yeah, well,
just get them gone now.
just topping up on what you were saying there, Romano's been on Twitter. Inter are set for club-to-club talks with Spurs for Jed Spence with opening proposal to follow. Apparently, that is somewhere around between 30 and 35 million. Tottenham are wanting 40 to 45 million, apparently. Story was from 2 days ago, confirmed as Inter will try again for the English. Right, it says right wing back Spence keen on move. Decision up to Tottenham on deal conditions. That's where we are with that one. And then we've had one that might cheer a few people up. I don't know. In the last hours, Chris has reported that Tottenham Hotspur have held talks with Omar Marmoush and his camp over a potential move. Marmoush is high on Spurs shortlist for a new forward alongside Savinio and Gakpo. He is liked by RDZ and the club has held talks with his camp regarding a deal. Manchester City want Omar Marmoush to stay. They are not open to losing both Savinio and Marmoush this window. Price is around 85 million for Marmoush. Marmoush is happy to stay at City after talks with Enzo Maresca. He's promised regular game time and he's not pushing to leave the club, unlike Savinio, who has submitted a transfer request. Spurs and Roberto De Zerbi also assessing other forward options. They want minimum 2 signings before deadline day. And
Isn't
on that note, if you don't mind, I will bring Joey in because we haven't spoken for a while, Joe. I hope you're well,
No, we
mate.
haven't.
No, I hope you can hear me.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
can hear you, Joey. We can hear you, mate.
Good.
And I hope you're all right, mate, by the way. I know I sent you a text a couple of weeks ago and you replied saying you had a lot on, but, you know, I hope you're all right, mate. And it's lovely to have you back on the show, fella.
Yeah, I've missed it, to be honest with you. Sorry, my sister is she's got cancer, so she's not well. But my work's been loopy as well. I've got a couple of big projects for next summer that I've got to start planning and financing now. So it's just been a shit 2-3 months for me, really. But
Sorry
yeah,
for
no,
that,
all
mate.
good,
Sorry for that.
all good in the hood.
Yeah, good
You
stuff.
know,
Loved your
we're all
sister,
still
Joe.
here. Thank you. Well, yeah. We're all still here and we're all still moaning about the same old shit, right?
Yeah, pretty much,
I
mate. Pretty
ain't really missed nothing except apparently Sheriff Scenic in now and all that sort of nonsense.
Well,
But
so
yeah,
it's
you know,
only
Hang on
today.
a minute.
that's a rumour I've heard anyway.
Take no notice of what certain people put in the chat. It's all malicious lies. Malicious.
Malicious lies. Joey, we haven't spoke for a while. Go on. I was just going to go on. Say what you was going to say, Joe. Sorry, mate.
No, I think that was Scott who was going to talk.
Oh,
I didn't know. I thought you were moving on. I was just going to say you missed the biggest bomba of them all, and Daryl beat me to it in the chat. I can't believe you missed it. It's a cookie only bomba. Vlahovic to Besiktas in Turkey. Here we go.
There you go. So that's one out there.
We might not have got to it yet.
No, I ain't got to it yet, but it is what it is. I'm not that far behind, guys, to be fair. I don't think so anyway. Only 17
14
minutes.
minutes.
That ain't bad. Yeah, 14
No,
minutes.
well, I've taken over the things because you was getting all the...
Well, yeah, that's correct. I'll come to Joey first, if you don't mind, Joe, because we haven't heard from you for quite a while. Anything in particular want to say, Joe? I know we've come this far in the window.
There is quite a lot I could say.
Go on.
To be honest with you,
you're free, mate. You say what you want to say. Go on.
I don't know what half the effing fans are wetting themselves over. Okay, we finished 17th back to back. Okay, take the European trophy out of it. We finished 17th back to back. When we were fighting relegation last season, everyone was like, "Don't care about these players. They can all fuck off. We can sell them all." De Zerbi came in, kept us up, and then he said, "Any players that don't want to be here, I'll get rid of them." And everyone was like, "Yes, that's what we've needed. We've needed that for years." Finally, someone said it. Now we're selling players. All of a sudden, everyone's a financial expert. I don't want this player to go. We're not getting enough for this player. We shouldn't be selling him. If they don't want to be here, fuck them all off. Couldn't give a fuck if you give them away. Doesn't matter. It's not my money. Couldn't care less. Spence don't want to be here. Goodbye. Romero, goodbye. Lancashire, goodbye. If they don't want it, get shot of them. We've held on for players for too long. If their heart's not in it, if they're not happy to be patient, fight for a space, etc., then, in my opinion, the club's doing the right thing by getting shot of them. I want players at Spurs that want to play for Spurs, that are going to give their all for Spurs. I mean, Twitter X, whatever you call it, this evening. I mean, I think people are on suicide watch over Spence being sold on the back of what? 2 half-decent games at the World Cup, and now all of a sudden people think he's fucking prime Maldini on the left. Well, hang on a minute. What the fuck was he doing last season? Nothing.
Sorry.
He did nothing. Did you get 25 million for him? Take it, clap your hands, walk away. Job done. We've got to stop all this emotional connection to players. It's got to stop.
Joey, I 100% agree with you on that, mate. I seriously do, because there's players at our club, right? And everybody's saying, 25 million's too low, right? Spurs, just drop your price, get him gone. You want him gone, get him gone. Seriously, it's like, just think of what wage is he on? Do we know what wage is he on? He's over 100
He's on 2 million a year, Jed Spence. 2.4 a year, I think.
So get rid of him.
40 a week.
Or 30 million.
Yeah, 40 a week, yeah.
That's 40 a week off the wage bill. Do you know what I mean? Just get them gone. Sarr, go. Romero, go. Vicario, just go. Drop your prices. You're going to have to take a hit on these players. You really are. Because if you're diddling around until transfer deadline day with Spence, like haggling over £5 million, he's going to be stuck here because it won't go through, and he'll be stuck here, and he'll be on the wage bill, and he'll be taking up a place on the bench. Do you know what I mean?
Squad, well, maybe with that squad number.
Yeah, I want better because you're going to have to trim this squad anyway, right? Even if you sell players, you're still going to have a squad. I think it's a 26-man squad this season. I think I could be wrong. Don't quote me on that. But like, you're just going to have to chuck some of these players out, and they're just going to be sat there for like 6 months doing absolutely nothing, stealing a wage.
Yeah.
So just get them gone, man. Seriously.
That's
Stop
what people don't realise. We're selling
Yeah.
players, but what people are going, oh, it's only 25 million, it's only 30 million, it's only yeah, but it's also the wages off the bill.
Yes.
It's the wages gone. You know, getting rid of this dross, they're probably saving 30, 40, 50 million a year in salaries.
Yeah.
I think, what is it? Romero's on like 5 million a year?
Yeah.
Something like that.
200 grand a week, yeah.
Yeah,
200
5
grand
million a
week,
year. So it's like,
Yeah.
I just don't understand. I get it. Oh, I like this player. I like that player. I'm pissed off with selling him. But if he's turned around and gone, do you know what? I want to play. You're not going to play me. I want out. Then get rid of him. I mean, let's be honest with Spence. Multiple managers, even before he was at Spurs, questioned his attitude. And I think fans have also questioned his attitude while he's been at Spurs. And we're going, oh, Romero, he's a bad seed. We want a shot of him. Well, I think Spence could well be a bad seed. What do you want to do? Keep him? Have him around the training ground, moping around? Oh, I'm not fucking playing. The manager don't like me. Brings everyone down. We've had enough of that for the last 2 years.
I
Get
agree.
them gone. Get them gone.
With Jed Spence, as soon as he got that England cap, he turned into like Billy Big Bits. I think.
Billy Big Bollocks, you wanted to say, Sheriff.
I
Say
wasn't
what you
gonna say
feel,
that,
mate.
but,
Yeah, go on, you're all
But
right.
there's always been rumours. Even when he was out on loan, I think there was rumours about his attitude. I believe there was. No,
there was. No, you're right.
Yeah, he got
Leeds,
sent home from Leeds. Leeds cut his loan
right.
short because of his attitude. Neil Warnock wouldn't have him in his squad and loaned him to another championship rival because he didn't want him in his squad. First off, Joey, bang on. Amazing. Thank you very much. Bang on. Exactly what you said. Hearing today, too, about Spence and about Romero and other players. When I hear our fans say, well, we can't sell Spence for anything under 50 million.
Get out of
it. When do our fans realize that we've been overrating these players for years? 17th 2 years in a row. We now have Spence, who was at the World Cup. He's not some unknown player. Everybody in world football knows him. And the offer that we're looking at is about 30 to 35 million from Inter. That's not because every other club isn't going to spend the money. It's because he's his value. That's his value. What teams are willing to spend are the value. So when people are saying, how can we sell Spence for under 50 million? Because that's his value. He's not as good as Spurs fans think. Same thing, unfortunately, with Romero. Why is Romero going to Inter for 35 million? Or not Inter, sorry, Atletico? Because that's his value. Our players have been overrated for years and years and years, and now we're seeing what other clubs, professional clubs out there, right? We're seeing what they value them as, and it's not nearly as high as our fans do. We need to get rid of these guys. We need to stop having a bloated squad. We need to stop have guys that are blocking. We need to stop saying, I hope this guy can come good. I hope that Udogi can be healthy. Sorry, he's not going to be. We can't rely on hope. We need players that come in and make us better. And it doesn't mean that it has to be elite. One of the things that Sava says, I'm going to steal his, is we need players that do a job. We need players that come in and we can rely on for the whole season, right? Doesn't have to be 11 elite world-class players. We need some good players in here. And unfortunately, Udogi isn't a good player. Richie isn't a good player. Solanke isn't a good player. These are the guys we need to clear out of our club and bring in players that can come in and do a good job for us.
Yeah, I'm with you. Go on, Mark.
And I'll tell you what, right now, all these players that, especially Romero, like what was going about 50s, 60s. I even heard like 70s. And all this mentioned for him, Romero. you don't see the clubs lining up round the block, to buy him. How many's he been linked with?
Atletico, Inter Milan, and
Inter Milan.
Arsenal.
Yeah. You know what I mean? And to be honest, do you really believe that? I don't believe Arsenal will have him.
Don't know,
No.
mate. Wouldn't bother me either way, to be honest with you, if he went there. But
no, but to be honest, you do not see. It's like Spence. If Spence was that good, clubs would be lining up round the block to try and sign him.
Do you remember? This is.
You don't see it.
Sorry, do you remember João Cancelo when he played for Man City?
Yeah.
He played at right back or left back, and he was the best defender in the league. Everyone was raving about him. He had a bad attitude. Pep got shot of him.
Yeah.
Farmed him off to Barcelona on loan. Doesn't matter how good you are. If your attitude stinks, get gone. And all these fans going, oh, we might regret it in years to come. Yes, you're right. We might regret it in years to come. That's fine. Okay. Doesn't matter.
Yeah. But the thing that concerns me is you don't see people lining up round the block to buy them, do you?
No.
No. I mean, that tells you a lot. Because if they were as good, if they were that good, they'd have a whole host of teams. There'd be clubs queuing out the door, ready for a signature. But you don't see it. I mean, a lot of it, I think, is that, as per usual, we do put a sort of much higher price tag on these players. Instead of just getting, like you said, instead of just getting rid of them, get the wages, job done, wipe your hands with it, let's go and get somebody else. No. What did you say they want for Jed Spence? 45 million?
Well, 40 odd, yeah.
Yeah.
They're saying 35 million euro.
Yeah. It's just madness. Listen, I've read today that Tottenham will not buy any more players until they get players out the door.
But this is what winds me up. You and I'm not having a go at anyone, right? But I've watched some of your shows the last couple of weeks, and it's like, oh, the squad's too big. The squad's too big. We need players in. We need players in. Well, hang on a minute. If the squad's too big, we need to make it a bit smaller before we get those players in.
Exactly.
So, look, I'm very hesitant over ENIC being any different to what they've ever been, and we are desperately in trouble with regards to putting the ball in the net at the minute, and hopefully that'll change. But we do need to get rid of some of these players. There's an awful lot of dross there that needs to go before we bring anyone else in.
So what are you saying? There's going to be a car boot sale Sunday, 9 o'clock.
Well, who knows what's going on?
Sunday, 9 o'clock. Buy
Romero, get a Sarr free.
Yeah, or buy a Richie and get a Solanke free.
Yeah.
You can see where this is all heading, though, can't you? This is heading towards a deadline day scramble to try and shift some of our players out, even if it's on loan. And we'll be scrambling to get players in.
On loan, probably.
On loan. Yeah. And they'll be like, well, we'll do a year with an option to buy. And then the club will go, well, you really need a striker, so it's an obligation to buy. And then don't forget the transfer window now shuts at 7 p.m. So whereas we used to have till 11 p.m. and it was really exciting, it shuts at 7 p.m. So you haven't got a lot of time on deadline day to be doing these deals and stuff like that. And don't forget, when usually a transfer window happens, it's usually an international break. There is no international break at that time this season. So basically what it's going to be is these players are going to have to hit the ground running through September until the first international break. So... and the results won't be going our way, and the fans will be moaning, and it's just all leading to another show of the season if we don't buck up our ideas now and get people in.
Really, and you know what it'll be as well. If it comes down to the final day, it'll be panic, scrabble.
Yeah.
Bring in another couple of duds that we're going to get stuck with for 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
This screams burn it on loan for 6 months, I tell you.
You can see it happening, can't you? You can see loan signings happening. I can see them happening, to be quite honest with you. With the, don't know, what is it, 18 days left now. I so hope they're working on something and someone does something and we sign someone and I'm like, Thank God for that. Do you know what I mean? Let's welcome James in. James, good evening. Mate. How are you? Nice to see you. What did you want to talk about, mate? Oh, you're on mute. You're on mute.
Not this end, you're not.
Oh. No sound?
No.
No. James, try go. Oh, there you go. Go on.
Yeah, there you go. I'll probably have to sort out.
Here we go.
There you go. Go on, James.
Probably talk about the forwards and saying we need to bring some in, and like what gets me though, and I don't know if it's about everybody else, is that we keep focusing on Savio. It's like there's many more players that we could go for, like on that left wing position. I would go for Abdi from Betis, the Moroccan guy, 23. I've watched him a lot last season. You know, if you don't know me, I'm a big La Liga fan, so I watch so much La Liga. And I don't know why we're focused on Savio. I know I love Savio. I've watched him at Girona and all this stuff. But you go and get him for 50 million, Abdi, they want 50 million euros for him, whatever. And then you go and get Balogun. That's what I would do. Then you're making it cheaper. Then you can go and get a number 10. That's what I would think about doing. Like, that's just personal my opinion, but that's what I would do to make it cheaper. But also, you get that number 10. You can go and get that number 10, so you can spend 60 million on Gibbs White. Personally, anyone want to think about that? Where does everyone?
Well, the first thing I would say to you, James, and don't think I'm having a go. This is all about opinions on this channel, right? And I'm quite happy to hear anyone's opinion. But I will come back to you to a point, right? You said about why can't we do this? Get paid 40 million for this one. Balogun can then come along. Then you can go for a Morgan Gibbs White. What I want to say to you is, James, why is anyone worried about the money and what it costs? Why is anyone worried? Why are you worried about Balogun for 40 million or this one? We got loads of money, mate. We got more money, yeah, as Sheriff says. What is it, Sheriff, you say?
More peas than Birdseye.
Yeah.
And more bread than Warburns.
There you go. I don't think money's the issue, James, to be honest with you, as far as buying players is concerned. Joey made a good point about getting players out. At the moment, we are 4 over the non-homegrown quota. That means, as it stands, without bringing anyone else in, there's 4 players that are non-homegrown in the squad that are not going to get a squad number.
Right. Okay.
So that basically means we got to get rid of 2 of them to bring 1 in.
You got to get rid of 4, 5.
No. But you know what I mean. For every 1 that comes in, you got to get rid of 2, really.
Yes. In that way. Yeah. I get you. So, go on, James. Go on.
I think I get with the with the money, but the thing is, it's not about the money for me. Sometimes it's about the quality of the player.
Of course,
You know what I mean? I don't want to bring someone in for like Savio. He's had a poor Man City season for 2 seasons. You can bring Abdi for cheaper, and then you can go get your position. I think it comes down to money. You know, like with Tonali and stuff, 100%. Like, you know, you've got to pay for the big to get. But the thing is, I'm looking as an alternative instead of everybody keeps focusing on Savio, and I like Savio. And I've said this a million times, but I think there's just better out in the market because you can go and do your scouting in the French league, whatever, and you can buy a cycle tree for cheap. Sorry. But the thing is not always about the money. And I'm not even attacking you, by the way, and I think you're right.
No, the thing is, fine. Yeah.
The thing is, it's like, if you really want to go and do that, why don't you put 100 million for Alvarez then? He's not going to come to us, but I'd love Spurs to go and do that. But the thing is, I think if you go and get them 2 as an alternative, I think you can go and... We're building a squad. I don't want to see Tell and Richarlison. You're building to get them 2 players in. Do you get me? But the thing I get about the homegrown thing, we need to move players on, like Romero, honestly, things like that. But I heard Solanke wants to go Nottingham Forest. I think that'd be quite good. But my point is, I'm thinking you can do cheap alternatives. Obviously, you've got to spend big money on players. But the thing is, if you go and get Abdi, he's going to be...
Please come back.
That good.
Yeah. Fair play, James. Anyone want to come back on anything James has said there, by the way? Go on.
I was just going to say that there is one homegrown player that's moved today.
Go on.
The goal scoring UEFA Cup winner. Europa League winner.
Come on,
He's
Sheriff. We're
hungry.
talking about Spurs here, not bloody Crystal Palace. He's a
No.
distant memory, bruv. He's gone. What are we doing?
Mr.
It is a good point by
Johnson
Sheriff. That might be the best move. Crystal Palace getting rid of Johnson might be the move of the summer for the all
Where's
of Europe.
Where's he gone to?
Everton.
Everton swap deal
Everton.
with Dwight Neal.
Straight swap deal.
Yeah. No money involved. Look at it this way, guys. We got 35 million for him, guys. Do you know what I mean? So,
And all them fans wanted to keep him. Dear me.
look,
Yeah.
he could fight. At least he knew where the bloody goal was. I'm sorry. At least he knew where the
there
bit
is
was.
Yeah,
In one season under Ange, sorry, no.
He was like one of our highest goal scorers in 2 seasons, actually. He got 17 and then 22.
Yeah, when we finished 17th.
No,
We want to get rid of the guys who got us 17th. Like
Exactly.
Johnson.
Knew where the goal was.
If Johnson's your highest goal scorer and Richie are your highest goal scorers, you're finishing 17th.
You've had a
That's
poor
what we
season.
found out. You need to move on from them. As for Ezeruli, like I've said, my same feelings with Savio. If he's our number one left wing, I think that's a massive risk. If you're bringing him in with other guys who are proven to score at the Premier League, awesome. And if he's coming in with other people, that's what I'm going to say for almost anybody we're bringing in, because one player isn't enough, and it depends who they're coming in with to make it a good move. Ezeruli, I mean, I don't watch La Liga, but everything you read and hear about him is he has a great talent, but we need guys who are proven to score that we know are going to come into the Premier League and put up at least a minimal level of production that we can get. So he would be great as long as we get the other players to come in with him. I would be excited to watch to see how he can develop.
But this all would have been irrelevant if we'd have just bought Lookman in January.
It definitely would have helped the situation,
Yeah.
wouldn't it?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
The situation we find ourselves in now. Does anyone else want to say anything to James about the points that he's put across, or are you all happy with what he said? Pretty much, you all right with that? Yeah.
Well, obviously, if James is a big La Liga fan, he probably knows there's some even more strikers that will probably be better than Richie and Solanke that we've got at the moment for probably, 50, 60 million?
Well, we've already said that me and Cookie are better than Richie.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Literally. But the thing is, it's like not all about that. It's like the technical ability that can hold up a ball. The guy's just gone to Real Madrid, and he was about to go to Hull, actually. I thought he would have been a great option. The guy's gone to Fulham, the Real Madrid. We could have got him. You know, there's a lot of better alternatives, and in the team, and even Sorloth. I would have taken Alexander Sorloth, right? The guy is even better than Richarlison, and I honestly, and you can go and get him on the cheap. I think he would be a brilliant buy. He's not the most technically gifted, but he can score goals. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just these little things when you're doing your scouting properly. You know what I mean? You're watching the play. You can go and do. You can kind of watch the games and see what they're all about. There's hundreds of strikers in the Liga, even the bottom ones, and like even good. You know what I mean? And it was the Georgian guy from Villarreal. He's really good.
Oh, Mikatadze.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
What a player! You can go and get him on the cheap. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
then
he's not
you're kind of
expensive.
building the score,
Yeah.
not expensive. Even for the left winger positions. The thing is I think it's sometimes all about money, but it's just about doing that scouting properly, watching a player properly, and that's the problem with Spurs. We haven't got that.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it don't look like it, does it? With
we seem
Mackenzie and his
to
donuts. Yeah, go on,
we
mate.
seem to look at bits of paper or FIFA Manager or whatever we do, all the graphs and spreadsheets, and then decide. I mean, I've always liked eyes on the ground. I don't look at all them diagrams that you see pull up with multi-shaped polygons, good at this, not so good at that. It's beyond me, all of that.
It's just about watching the game, isn't it? Like you can see what a good player.
These are the two most important things.
Yeah.
Your eyes.
Yeah.
It's what you see in a player.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I gave an example on a brunch not so long ago. Now, which player was I on about? And they brought up his stats. And there was someone else brought some stats up. and it made him look absolutely atrocious. And yet,
that was Gatco.
Gakpo. That's
Gatco with
right.
Richarlison, wasn't it? Someone put
Comparisons.
Richarlison's in. Yeah, go on.
One of those polygon things where all, some overlap, some, and we saw that, and it made Gakpo look absolutely trash.
Yeah, it did.
But then the same day, Sky Sports News had his stats up, and he looked like a world beater. So what is it? So like I said, these stats, you can skew which ones you put in, which categories you put in, to make him look like a donkey or Lionel Messi. So the choice is yours. It depends which side of the fence you sit on.
Yeah.
But Cookie, my problem with these two signings involving Liverpool and Man City, are they actually ever going to sell to us? Because we've obviously broke our transfer record twice, but that was from West Ham and Newcastle. Can you really see after the Kane incident, Man City selling to us? I can't. And as for Liverpool, I don't see that at all. I think this is just going to drag on, and we're going to end up with bargain basement, what Muani type player that we did last year, mate.
I just think we're leaving ourselves in a really difficult position the longer this goes on, and I think the longer it goes on, it costs us more money, to get players. And the other thing that I said it on the show this morning that really, I don't know, it grinds my gears a little bit, if you like, that we can go and do what we want as far as going to try and buy players are concerned. We can play most players' wages now. We can outbid clubs. What I want to know is, I heard someone say this morning, or it could have been last night, we're waiting we're a cog in the wheel. We're just waiting for Man City to do what they're doing. We're waiting for Liverpool to do what they're doing. Excuse me, fuck Man City and fuck Liverpool, right? If you want that player, go and pay the money and go and get him. Savio has put in a transfer request, right? He has actually done it at last. How long ago that was, but I've read that today as well. So all this, we're waiting for how many wingers do Man City want? They're not replacing him because he's the main man in the first team. I get the Gakpo bit a little bit more. I get that a little bit more. But at the same time, we've got to go in. And if we want these players, we've got to boss people about and show them that Tottenham mean business.
Yeah, but the players have got to want to come here.
Well, obviously, Joe,
it doesn't matter how. Look, if we believe this whole Harry Kane rumour and how much money we were throwing at him and giving him the keys to the city and all of that nonsense.
God's honest.
Yeah, but okay, so whether you believe it or not is neither here nor there. He didn't want to come back. You could go and throw 500 grand a week at Osimhen. If he doesn't want to come, he's not going to take the 500 grand a week.
Yeah,
he's not.
Yeah.
And the problem you have with these kind of players, and whether we're looking at strikers or wingers or whatever, ultimately they do want to be playing European football. It doesn't matter how much you pay them; they want to be winning things, And if they don't see that at Spurs, if they don't buy into what the club are selling them, it doesn't matter what you throw at them. It don't matter.
No.
But we should know that in June. Like, we should have known whether Osimhen is interested or not. Doesn't mean we have to have the deal done, but we should know by June to Osimhen. Look, we're willing to pay you whatever it is, $350K a week. Don't worry about the number, but you should know that in June whether it's even worth to pursue. Again, why are we hearing rumors now that we're talking to Kane and it's August 10th last week and we're waiting on Kane to decide if he's coming? Like, what are we doing? Kane's not going to come back this year. So why are we wasting our time waiting on him, holding back other moves to do? Why are we still talking to Savinho 2 years later? It's just, it's one thing if we're talking to those guys and filling our needs while we do it, but it seems like these moves are holding us back. Lots of people are saying in the chat about De Zerbi says he's confident about Savinho and Gakpo. I'm sorry. I don't mind them if that's who comes in. It's not very exciting and it's okay-ish. But why are we waiting? They're not so good that we're waiting for Savio and Gakpo. We're going to not do any other moves. We're not going to address anything so that we could end up with Savio and Gakpo. I know we said it so many times. How is it August 11th and we have no forwards brought in this window?
It just
it's
stinks if we
negligent.
tried. That's the,
Yeah.
and I
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
have
You
this
know that
this
video.
recurring nightmare.
You know that
After our
video
show this morning,
really, isn't it?
after our show this morning, I tuned into Mia for about half an hour, and I put that in a chat. I can see the statement now. You know how difficult it was. There was a World Cup. The players weren't available. Blah blah blah. How many more times is that same old nonsense going to get recycled? Every summer, the same statement comes out. We tried FC, but hang on a minute. We were told that things were different now. End of last season, 2 written statements and a video come out. Things are different now. It doesn't look like it. It doesn't look like it.
Yeah, for whatever reason, with the front players, we're struggling. You know, like everyone said, we sorted out at the back, we sorted out the midfield to a point, but and I'll say it again, we've got two, as in 2 fit players, first team players in Tell and Richarlison. We've got no one on the right wing. They're talking about Mikey Moore and Ajayi, against Brentford now. If Kudos don't make it back. If Kudos does make it back, is he going to be fully fit? Yeah, and what are the chances of him breaking down again? Because he will be, if we don't get signings in quick, sharp, it will be Tell on the left, Richarlison up front, and if he's fit, Kudos on the right. And you know what that means? He'll get doubled and trebled up on again, and if he's not fit and he takes a good kicking, then he'll be out again. And that's just my fear for it all. No number 10. We've got no number 10 at the club as such. I'm hearing people talking about Kulusevski not playing on the wing anymore and playing in a 10 role.
Well, he's only got 1 leg, mate.
Look, listen, it just reeks to me. To me, it just reeks. You look at what we spent, you look at what we've got back in, which is fine. We spent about 90 million quid, right? Something like that when you take back what we've bought back in, 100 million, say, right? That leaves us a good chunk to get other players in, and I'll get about the wages. I understand that as well. I've also read something today, again, stating that they need to get Romero off the wage bill and maybe some others to be able to facilitate who they want to bring in. That's what I'm reading.
Well, sorry, mate.
Go on, Steve. Go on, mate.
Well, we were supposed to believe what we were supposed to believe about the whole Kane thing, and we're going to. I said to you yesterday, was it over 300k a week, and you said more. That wouldn't have been if he said, "Oh yeah, I'll come back on that wages." That wouldn't have been an issue, would it? This is what I'm saying. So why are they offering Kane that amount of money to come back if they need to get players out? But Maddison apparently has come out and said yesterday he's fine. He felt better than ever, and the whole hip thing was just an IGK that was just making up BS basically.
Another one that should be sold.
Yeah, but the thing is, mate, we can't sell him because do you know what I mean? Because that means we'll have to get another 10 in as well. So
we need to though, don't we? Because I'm looking at it, and then when I look back to last January, and we had Langer come out saying, "Oh, we're only getting players in that are better than what we've got," and there was only 30 odd transfers in January, right? Now we're here now. What's the betting, right? That no number 10 comes in, and they're waiting to see if one of these will stand up, like a Maddison. Will he break down again? If a Kulusevski comes back, will he break down again? And I think they're relying on these players coming back into the squad, whereas Kulusevski, with his injury, if you could get him medically fit, sell him. To me, sell him. He's done. He's done. I don't know what you lot think about that, but you know, push back on me if anyone thinks, look, keep the geezer.
I think he should be sold. I mean, everyone goes on like he was the second coming of Messi before he got injured. To be honest with you, I didn't rate him exactly much before he got injured. People have got short memories.
Yeah,
People have very short memories.
I disagree with
I'm
that.
on about Kulusevski.
Oh, Kulu. No, he's done, mate. He's done.
Yeah, but he wasn't. For me, he wasn't setting the world alight before he was injured.
Yeah, if you told me he was coming back 100% healthy, I would want him sold. And we know he's not coming. Like, he's not that good, even if healthy. So,
Yeah,
and he's not coming back healthy.
Go on, James. If you want to say something, go on, mate.
I totally disagree with that. I really liked him. I thought he was really good. I think scored goals. I know, but the thing is about it is he had bad forwards around him. You know what I mean? And this is what I always say with like the kudos is why they're not playing well. It's because they have bad people around them. They look bad. If you put him for the quality side, he's absolutely brilliant. Kulusevski. He scores goals. Good. And the only thing I didn't like about him was when he was on the counter attacking, he was really slow. Do you remember? When he used to drag the ball. Yeah, like I think we played Burnley against Ange and we were on the counter attack and literally he was just like it looked like he couldn't sprint. You know what I mean? He was really slow. But I love Kulusevski, his hold up play. You know, he kept the ball, did all of that, and he scored a couple of goals. He really quality. But the thing is, I agree with the 100% point. But if he was 100% healthy, I would keep him. Honestly, I would because I think he is that quality player. And, you know, like he really did well in the shitty Spurs team. Sorry for the language, by the way.
No, you're all right.
James, he did well with Kane and that. He did well for the first 6 months with Conte. Yeah. The trouble is, though, if you don't sign someone like Kane and have Son on the other side, those are the sort of quality players you need, which Spurs aren't going to sign. So it makes Kulu redundant, though.
That's where I
you take over for a bit while I get a drink. Sorry.
Yeah, no worries.
But the thing is, this is when the scouting comes in. You got to do proper scouting. Then I'm not saying you're going to sign Harry Kane. That's what I'm not saying.
No.
But you can sign decent enough people to put around him to kind of make him look good when he first came into Conte and stuff like that. Because Conte put him in a system where it kind of worked, didn't it? And like, he was scoring goals, and he turned up against Man Cities and he would do really well, and you got, oh, fucking hell, this is a good player now. 100% healthy, I think, quality, but you need to get the people around him to kind of to try and build it. That's what I'm trying to say.
I'll be honest, to me, Kulu was always a bit of a one-trick pony.
Well, I think in the league, his best return was 8 goals, wasn't it? In the league, that was his best season. I mean, everyone goes on, he scores goals. I think he played 36 games in one season and scored 8 goals. I think that was his. I might be wrong by 1 or 2 goals. I think it was his best return in the league.
He was always a bit of a one-trick pony. He always used to cut in and have a shot, didn't he? That 9 times out of 10 got blocked. You know, I mean, but to be honest, we did play him wrongly. He's always said his favourite position is number 10. Always, he said that. He always wanted to be that like number 10 role.
Well, he's not quick enough to be wide, is he?
No.
He's got no pace.
No. I was going to say he never had pace, and that's what I mean. He used to cut in, make himself half a yard, and get a shot away.
And then he would repeat the same thing, wouldn't he? And then,
like
when he was on the wing, cut in, and then he would he couldn't go round because he had I think he was left-footed, but he would go on his right, and it wouldn't kind of work, would it?
Yeah. Now and again, he'd bang one in the top corner, sort of 1 time out of 10.
We did play as a false 9 as well, though, didn't he? For a bit, he plays as a false 9 for a bit as well.
Yeah, he played against Sheffield United. Do you remember we beat them like 5-0, and you literally put him there, and it kind of worked actually. Yeah. I thought it did. I know it's against Sheffield United, and they were the worst team that conceded loads of goals. Yeah. But it kind of worked, you know what I mean? And it kind of, you saw something. So if you put him around good wingers like Kudos and stuff, it kind of worked. But I don't think he's ready now. I think, the injury's gone, and I would sell him 100%. He's not going to be.
I don't know how it works with him and Kudos, because they both want to have the ball and slow it down. I don't know if they, that's what I don't know. If we have Madison and we have Kudos and we have Kulu, I don't know how all 3 of them kind of work together. I never rated Kulu. I remember watching him. He gets the ball, he waits for the whole defense to get back, and then starts to do his move, but can only go one way because he can't do anything with his other foot. I think he's exactly the kind of player that we need to move on. Foreign player takes up a non-homegrown spot.
Yeah,
I think we need to move on.
And I think with Kudus especially, because the teams had sussed out that was our only outlet. You got to remember, Kudus has got pace on him. Right, he can beat a man and get the ball in. But the thing is, because we had nothing on the left whatsoever, Kudus was being double tag teamed, triple teamed. Everyone was on him because they knew he was our only outlet. And so I think if we do get someone on the left, someone half sensible, I think Kudus will get a lot more time on the ball. Because believe you me, he can beat a man and he can get a ball in and he can shoot. Kudus is what I rate him. I've always rated. I like Kudus when he was at West Ham. He always used to play brilliantly against us. So, you know, and like I think if we can get someone on the left, give the team something to worry about over that side, Kudus get a lot more space if he comes back and he's fine.
Yeah, but this is the problem, isn't it? You put good people around him, like what you've just said. You make he can be 10 times the player. Could you imagine a proper striker, right? Could you imagine that, right? Let's just say hypothetical. You put him next to Osherman's, right? Could you imagine that, like next to Osherman's, right, and just feeding in the ball, that pace, that power, getting bang. You know what I mean? That would the 10 times the player what we got of West Ham. And I agree with you. I think Kudus is brilliant.
Does any of you guys think if we buy Savinho, we're going to need a big goal-scoring forward rather than like a 5'9" Defoe to put the ball in? Because that's what Savio's going to do. He's going to whip the crosses in. There's no point having a 5'9" guy there. We're looking for a 6'1+ guy who's got a great record. Because obviously Savinho doesn't score that many goals. Who that striker is, so it's a combination more than just getting the one player.
Well, I think you need a big striker though. With Oshman's, but you know who I would have got, and he's just gone to Bologna, and everybody's gonna. I don't know how people are gonna feel about this. Me saying it, it's probably again, it's one of my La Liga players that I loved in Girona. Is Dobbik, the big stocky guy.
Dobbik.
He would have been perfect for because him and Savinho played each other at Girona when they were like they were absolutely unstoppable, and Savinho used to do that to Dobbik, right? Give him the ball. He was tall, he was lanky. He's about 30 now. I don't know how old he is. I'll go and search up in a minute. But that would have been the perfect player to get on. He's just gone Bologna, and everybody's like, oh, you know what I mean? That would have been the perfect striker for me. Dobbik, he's cheap. Again, I'm going to use the money. Obviously, I love Osherman's, right? But Dobbik would have been the perfect, cheap, played with Savinho, tall, whip the ball in. There you go, bang. Spurs have won the Premier League. Hypothetical.
You're very hypothetical.
Well, this is what we're praying for. Well, this is what me and Cookie, especially at our ages, we're just praying happens once, isn't we?
Yeah, it'd be nice. Yeah, it'd be nice. It would be really nice. But
I don't think I'll see it in my lifetime. I think I'll see Spurs win another trophy or two, but I'd never see Spurs win the league. And I would rather I'd love to see Spurs win the league because I got my uncle's a Gooner, so and like I didn't message him for months because they won the league. So
no, I don't blame you, mate.
You know the figures we're talking about though, like Victor Osimhen, 65 million, massive wages. Mika Tadzi will cost 30 million. That's not a lot in today's markets as such, is it?
No,
30 million.
Bearing in mind, that's 2/3 what we paid for Archie Gray, and this is a couple of years ago before the prices really started hyping up.
See, I think that Mikatadze would work if you had Gappa on the left. So you got Gappa obviously scoring goals. He's right-footed. He's big. Rather than if you've got Savinho on the left, who's small, getting crosses in, I don't see how that's going to work. So you're going to have that pairing if you're going to do it.
Yeah, fair play.
I've got some Kulu stats if you want them.
Yeah, go on, mate. Go fire away.
It's taken me a while, so sorry, guys.
It's all right, Steve. Go on, mate.
So he joined in the January, didn't he, with Bentacle, yeah?
Yeah.
So in the first 6 months, he scored 5 goals, 8 assists, right? Following season, he got 2 goals, 7 assists.
Yeah.
Season after that, 8 goals, 3 assists. And then the season that he got injured, 7 goals, 4 assists. So his assist rate is quite okay. I think.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
goal scoring, we need more from him. So.
About
I
11 on
remember when
average,
he
isn't
come in. He coming in the January window with
Bentancur.
Bentancur. That's right, and they were both on fire.
Yeah, absolutely.
You look a hell of a player.
I'd like to ask a question to the panel of this. There's a bit of this coming in at the moment about Balogun. Apparently, Grant's put Balogun nearly done. Odds have gone right down. I haven't seen anything, but what do people think about Balogun up front? For me personally, he's not for me, but that's just me. I just don't think.
Cookie,
I
was
just-
that odds on coming to Spurs or odds done on him going?
Odds in coming to Spurs, as in the odds
Right.
have gone down. Yeah.
Can I tell you the one thing about Balogun, which is good though? Should I tell you?
Go on.
You want to hear it? We get Donald Trump on our side. So every time he's suspended, we can get Donald Trump to call. The club can call Donald Trump to get his red card. So there you go.
Give the
No, I'm
FA a
joking.
ring.
Perhaps we can just get Donald Trump to buy Spurs. What do you reckon on that? $5 bill.
No,
can have it.
I don't want. No.
Don't make me do my Trump impression, guys. Seriously.
No, I won't.
No, I'm only joking on that one.
Yeah. Can Trump pardon Spurs? Brilliant. I love it. Phil's in. He says, Cookie, they aren't selling till they get replacements. It's as simple as that. It's up to us to either go elsewhere or trust that they will get those replacements in Gatco. So Gatco and Savinio sign.
No. It's up to us to go in it and chuck the wad on the table and say, "There you go."
You know, when a manager comes out and says, "I'm confident we're going to get these signings in," right?
Mm.
We all know that that's like he's just signing like a death sentence basically for the manager, because he's literally gone. Every manager has said it. Yeah, I'm confident. We'll do business in January. Frank said it in January. I'm confident. What happened? A month later, he was sacked. Do you know what I mean? Zerbi's come out and said it as well, and now you're just thinking, mate, seriously, have you not learned anything yet? Seriously,
I think if we don't step up and get some forwards, then the Conte stroke rant is just around the corner.
Mm-hmm.
He's a club and all that sort of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Listen,
what Conte said.
He has been sneakily, and if you want to call it sneakily, he has been giving sly digs, Mark.
I know.
We know he has in his interviews, in his thing. He's not calling them out, but like I said a few times, he's got the elbow out and he's saying, "Oi, this ain't what you promised me. Pull your finger out." Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So that's the way I see it. Anyway, anyone see it any different?
No.
The thing is, why do you trust it if Lange and Vinay are still here? But this is the exact problem I keep saying, where you getting people like that to run a football club, like Lange, and it's just like I didn't even trust. Like, but the thing about what all of that is as well is that when you go to trust it after the Milan thing, the whole thing got sacked. If you finish 17th twice in a row, Lange has got to go. Vinay's got to go. You just got to get rid of him, and then you got to bring in people, like I've always said, and this is when I used to hate Levy, you got to bring the football people to know what they're doing on the football side.
Yeah, agreed.
The thing is, at the end of the season, what should have happened, actually, I want to apologise because I keep talking a lot, but I love talking. Sorry.
No, first time on it, mate. First time on it, you say what you like.
I'll shut up in a minute. But the thing is, what should have happened after the season when we got relegated? The next day after Everton, it should have gone. Lange's been sacked from the football club. Vinay's been sacked from the football club. Like what happened to Milan? Allegri gone. The chief scout gone. That's what should have happened, and then you rebuild from inside. I don't trust it with Lange and Vinay. I've never have. I don't even like Lange. I think he did all right. Like, not a very good job at Aston Villa because they've gone miles up between thingy since they brought in the guy from Barcelona, and even Arsenal. And I know people hate to mention this. Berta, world class. Atletico Madrid won loads of things. You've got to bring in people like that. I would go and bring in like there's loads. You just go. Who's the guy from Bournemouth? You know, Pino, whatever. What's his name? Oh, I forget. He was a Roma.
Isn't it Pinto?
Pinto. There you go. Yeah,
That's it.
I would have brought someone like that in. Even now, I'd go Sat Lange, go and bring Pinto. Obviously, he's going to come from Bournemouth to Spurs. He's done a wicked job at Bournemouth, signing little bits. Marco Rose, right, in that Krupi from the French league. I know everybody wanted him. This is you kind of run a football club, not you got to get football people in. And this is I have the debate with my friend at work who always says to me, he's a big Levy lover, right? And he's not even a football fan. He said to me because we were spending 100 million on holiday. He said, "Are you going to apologise to Daniel Levy for what you're spending 100 million now?" And I went, "Absolutely no way. I'm not going to apologise to Daniel Levy. He did some good work at Spurs." The thing is, he debates me about this stuff. Like, am I going to apologise to Levy? Absolutely fucking no way. I'm going to apologise to Daniel Levy. I'm sorry, Nene.
No, you should. The only thing Levy done was the bricks and mortar off the pitch.
Exactly. That's all he
Has
did.
he put us in this position where now we've got basically a cash machine, i.e. the stadium, and funds and money allegedly is no object. More peas than birds eye, more bread than Warburtons, whatever one of them you want to take. I nick both of them off expressions, mate.
Are we seriously going after Balogun? Seriously.
I was going to say, are we still answering Cookie's question about Balogun, or did I miss
I'm sorry. I really am sorry.
It's all right. No,
It's fine.
it's all right. Jeff's just put in THFC are stepping out their pursuit of Balogun. Monaco value the American at 60 million euros.
Was that 50 million quid? 50.
The thing that worries me about Balogun is, right? Sorry, Sheriff. The thing that worries me about Balogun is screams of a desperate Mawani signing. Now, Mawani has come out today and said, basically, he didn't want to be at Spurs last season. He wanted to come back to Juventus all season, right? And that screams to. And now we could all see it last season. He just weren't in it, was he? He did. I mean, against PSG, he had an okay game. He scored a couple of goals, yeah, fine. But it just screamed of, like, you could see him in the car when he was having his medical. He didn't want to be there last season. So,
what did I say on this show, Steve? I said the bloke never even unpacked his suitcase. Exactly. He was living in a hotel room and he was living out of his suitcase. As soon as the final whistle went against Everton, not that he played anyway, he was straight back to the hotel. I bet he checked out the same night.
Yeah.
Well, I think or Heathrow or Gatwick, wherever he went. Yeah. Boom. Straight back to France.
Yeah.
When it comes to Balogun, I'll say this. Is he a Bomba? Not even close to it. Is he the Oshman level that we're hoping for? No. But he is much better. I saw somebody in the chat say he's just another Slanky. No way. He's better than what we have. If he's like, that's our big signing, am I going to be excited? Not a chance. If we get him and we get some other players to come in up front, I think he'll be a fine player. Again, I know we're kind of all wanting like 10 out of 10, but I'm also fine if I don't want it to be 10 out of 10 or the crap we have. And if we have to get a player like Balogun, he can come in and do a decent job for us next year. I think he can be a mid-level striker in this league, which when you're looking at Solanke and Richarlison, who shouldn't start for any club in the league, that's an upgrade. So would he be my first choice? No. If we got him in, am I going to be upset? Not really. But it's going to come back to what else we do along with him.
The way I always look at it, Scott, is whichever players we look for, you got to make your own judgment. Do they improve us? If the answer is yes, why not? Because it saves.
I also think we have to see how they fit too, right? Right, Sheriff? Like, if he comes in and we have a top level left winger with him, and we get a Morgan Gibbs White, he looks a lot better. If we get Balogun and we get Solanke and we get Savio and we get Danjuma, then it's crap, right? Then it's a terrible signing. So it depends what else we get along with him. He's not going to be great, but he's not going to be crap either.
But he's not as crap as what we have got.
Oh, he's much better than Solanke and
But there you
Richarlison,
go.
much better. But that's the bar we know is about as low as you can get.
Rattlesnake's belly.
There you go. Lower than a rattlesnake's belly. My word. Anyone else want to comment on Balogun? By the way, he's not for me. I'm afraid to say. He does give me very average vibes. That's just what I see when I haven't seen him much, to be honest, but I've seen bits and pieces of him. And what? Look, should I be turning my nose up at anyone? Probably not. Probably not, because our two forwards are absolute shite, right? But at the same time, if you are looking to get where Enoch are going, I don't think Balogun's the answer. I don't. But then you could have him for maybe a year or two and then sell him on. I don't know, and then get someone else in better. But to me, there's only one player Spurs should be going for up front, right? And he's the next one down from the boss, right? Go and get him. No one can't tell me they can't afford to get him. You can pay him 300 grand a week and give him a 20 million signing on bonus to cover the rest of it. Spurs have got the money to do shit like that, right? So if they truly, not messing about, go and do it. And again, I'll say they're the ones that have said it's going to change. They're the ones that are saying there's a war chest, and they may well be working on the scenes behind it. Who knows? None of us know, right? But we've got no forwards. Go and spend some money, please. And at the same time, get rid of some of these donuts that are stealing a living in the first team squad at Tottenham. We've got 18, 19 days to get something done. Let's get something done and stop winding us fans up like a bloody clock. That's all I can say on it. But that's where I am with it. Anyone else want to mention anything in particular? Because it's your show, remember? So
I mean, just to be clear for people in the chat, Balogun is not my top choice. If the option is Balogun versus Osimhen, you take Osimhen. But Osimhen isn't coming. He doesn't want to come to Spurs. So, if it's Osimhen or Marmoush, I take Marmoush 150 million times out of 100. But Marmoush isn't coming. At some point, when I'm saying Balogun come in, Balogun versus Solanke and Richie, it's Balogun every single day of the week. And I worry that our club is going to do what they've done in the past, where they can't get their perfect target. So we keep going with the crap that we have. And eventually, if we just keep up with the crap that we have, how do we end up improving?
But the thing is, if we get Balogun and we get Savio, then we can kind of push results and not get 17th and then kind of build more. You know what I mean? Because the big telling thing for me is if we go, and I think we will get forwards, the big thing about me is if we get third by Christmas and we're 2 points off a title, what are they going to do in January? I know it's hypothetical, but the thing is we just need to keep to keep getting results and not have a crappy season like what we've been doing. Because I can't watch that again. I'll be honest with you. That was painful.
James, my question is...
To answer your question, if it's the same as what they've done when Pochettino was here and we were third at Christmas regularly, absolutely nothing. They'll just sit back and rake the Champions League money in. That's what they did last time.
And this is what we're waiting to see. We're waiting to see a change, James.
Yeah.
This is what I want.
It doesn't happen in one window, but they've got to show that they're serious. And like we've said before, you get to January, he would have had 4 or 5 months with a team. He might have someone in his squad that he originally wanted, and it hasn't turned out right for that player. Right, get rid of them and get someone else in January. Let's just get one in. That's fine. But when we get to this time next year, are we going to go again? Or are we just going to sit on our haunches? Oh, we've got an half-decent side, that'll do. And that's what I don't want. I want us to go and win things, James. And again, they're making the statements upstairs, and I'll always bring it back to them. Mm-hmm. They're making the statements. Sheriff, by the way, looks very cuddly there with Viv in Joey's picture. by the way. I
What?
don't know if you can see that, Sheriff. That's
Took
you
your
and
time.
Viv, Sheriff. I did notice, Joe, but I thought I'll leave it a bit and see if Sheriff notices.
I didn't
And
see that.
he didn't, but there you go. So you and Viv there in the old director's box, Sheriff. It could well be not the only box that's available. Oh, sorry about that. We'll carry on anyway. And here is Mike
Don't
Zappa.
encourage people.
Sorry, Sheriff. Sorry
You're
about
just
that.
encouraging them now.
It's just because it's an evening show. That's what it is. You know, I can't swear in the morning.
I think the real question, like I agree, if they're third, I think you can justify saying we're not going out big because we're doing well. I think if we're sixth next year, right, just outside of Champions League, but a pretty good result, right? If we got sixth next year, are the club going to make big changes, or are they going to be like, look, six is good, we're making money, fans are happy, we're settled in, and just put our feet back up, job done, like that? It'll be interesting to see if we get. I think six is really will be an interesting spot. Not quite right there for Champions League. Is the club just happy? That'll kind of show us a little bit if this is a we just can't finish 17th. We need to protect the value of the club. So we did what we need to do, or if this is okay, we're really serious about this as a football project, and six is good, but now we need to build on it. And I don't.
Well, let's face it, right? Well, let's face it, right? After the Everton game, there was 2 written statements come out and a video. Right? We all saw it. We all read it. Right? Now, what I take out of all of that is 17th twice in a row. Last season was a bit more touching cloth than the season before. But they've literally put their pants and they think, right, if we did go down last year, that's half the business, half the value of the business gone. Gone. Just in depreciation for being in the championship. They're not going to allow that.
What would you say?
This is why they've gone big in this summer. And if they really, in them statements, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, I can't remember exactly what it said, but, you know, we've got our eyes on the top prizes and all this. But, you know, until it's all right saying it, talk the talk is easy. It's when it comes to walking the walk.
But in theory, and devil's advocate, haven't they walked the walk a bit?
A little
now
bit.
I'll get shot down for this because you know I'm staunch Genie out. But we as fans, okay, we've all sat here and I've seen it on it. We can't do everything in one window. But now we're not doing everything in one window. We're all up in arms about it.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
You know, and if you'd have said in I don't know May we were going to go and break our transfer record twice in as many weeks, and we were going to sign players for 100
million. Many days, Joe.
Well, yeah, you'd have gone. Hey, you fucking talking shit.
Yeah.
But we kind of have, in theory. Yes, they're going to be Enoch that we know, and they're going to leave us short, and we know all of that. But the grown up in me, the kid in me, wants Enoch to go and play fantasy football, you know. But the adult in me thinks, well, do you know what? They've done a bit.
I don't think that walking the walk includes having a front line of Solanke, Tell, Richarlison, and Kudos. Like, to me, that isn't saying that we have to do everything. Because if we did everything in one window, we would have 5 new attackers in. We wouldn't have Kinski at keeper. We wouldn't have Robertson and Udogi as left backs. That would be getting everything done. I don't think that wanting to get better than Solanke, Tell, Richarlison up front is doing everything in one window. But I've been told I'm entitled this summer, so we'll see.
I'm just hoping that like the improvements we've made in defence and midfield kind of help the situation a little bit. You know, I mean, if we get one attacker in like a Balogun, then I think we're just going to have to deal with it, and then just see how it goes for the first part of the season, right? And then just see where we are.
It's funny, isn't it? I am pissing myself laughing here. We've gone from Kane maybe, Osimhen maybe, to Balogun definitely. What the fuck?
I know, but I've got you just got to take what you get, really, haven't you? You know what I mean? if Balogun's the only signing we make, we've just got to get on with it, haven't we? It's as simple as that, right? We've got no choice in the matter, really. So,
No, well, that's true. We haven't got any choice in the matter, Steve. But that don't stop us wanting
oh
the
yeah,
best,
no, 100%.
and that's why we talk about it, mate. At the end of the day, because I just think it's important for everyone to get off their chest what they're feeling. Some people are more invested than others. And people know what I'm like. I can get wound up like a clock, and then I'll just go. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And this club winds me up, and I'm just sick of them, Steve. Keep coming out saying that they're going to do something, yeah, and they do half of it or three quarters of it up to this point, I may add, because they may well still do it, yeah. And we're Saturday week we've got Brentford, and we've got no forwards. Well, we have, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. The thing for me though, Cookie, is like if this whole Kane thing was supposed to happen, they're going to offer that money. Just chuck the money at Oshman. Just give it a try. At least we'll know if he wants to or not. Do you know what I mean? Why not just fuck it and then look? We all know that it's very unlikely that Oshman would come unless they can do this magical thing and just chuck a load of money at him, say come to play in the Premier League, because he wants to play in the Premier League, right? What is he, 27 this year?
Yeah, he's 27. He said he wants to play in the Premier League.
Yeah.
He wants to give it.
When did he say that?
Oh, that was before he went to Galatasaray. Yeah, because Chelsea were in for him at the same time as Galatasaray were in for him, and they wouldn't pay the wages apparently, and that's why he ended up going to Galatasaray. And that also makes me think that maybe something could be done there, And again, I know he's on a lot of money, yeah, but they can square that off if they want to, yeah, with a signing on fee or bonuses or whatever. If they want to square it off, they can. I believe they can anyway.
Why have we not gone in for Endrick as well? I know he wants just on loan for a year. Do you know what I mean? Just get an Endrick in.
I know, snipers. I know. It's because I just want better, mate. I just want better. If Balogun comes in, he comes in. Whoever comes in, I'll get behind them. Snipers. It's just me personally. I want better than Balogun. I think there's a lot better out there.
I'll add to this as well. You've got to remember that me and Cookie are combined age of getting on for what, 120, 115 at least. Yeah,
and the rest.
Yeah.
Combined age of Lord knows what.
Yeah.
My standards for my club, and I know Mark's are, his standards are very high.
Yeah.
We've seen the players that we've seen in our lifetimes, and this lot we got up front at the moment don't even enter the conversation. Some of the players we've seen over our lives, my God. Yeah. These players now ain't even fit to lace their boots.
Enoch are all focused on the NBA now anyway, ain't they? So
yeah, apparently
they're done with the transfer market for another season.
Yeah, that's it. That's where the money's gone.
We're into where the cockerel is on the south stand. There'll be a hoop now, allegedly.
That's another event at the stadium. Then NBA.
Yeah.
NBA.
Yeah, big money apparently. Yeah, it's big money apparently though. Conte's catch-up. Perhaps we can answer this one for him. So what was the point in signing Tonali and Fernandes? They do this every season with the excuses. That is correct, Contes. Listen, I'm not saying they're not going to do something, right? I think they know they've got to do something. My thing is on it is, like I said earlier, Tell's fit, Richarlison's fit, Ajayi's fit, Mikey Moore's fit. There's no guarantee that Kudos is going to be back. There's nothing about Solanke could be back for Brentford.
Madders.
Right? Madders is injured. Simmons is injured. Kulusevski's injured. We've got no number 10. So I'm looking at it from the fact, well, good job up to what you've done, but what's happened for the last 5 weeks? Yeah? And what's happened for the last 5 weeks? And then on top of that, there's only 18 odd days left, something like that. So I don't know. I don't know what you think, but what does anyone else think? I mean, that's just where I am with it. Evening, Adrian. By the way, evening.
No, but look, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
You already know the statement's probably already been written out. Because we get a statement, a video, whatever it is, when it will come out in probably mid-September to October time. You already know what's written on the statement was what the words have probably been handed to Lang already. Say this, say that. It was difficult. The World Cup was on. Blah 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 blah. Do. It's the same old part every year.
Well, I think you agree with me. I think I'm getting so fed up with those statements, I don't even read them. I didn't even read the edited one because what's the point of reading them? They just make me angry. They make me upset.
Yeah.
It's like, but the thing is, you've got to act like what you just said earlier. You've got to act, and partly they have. £100 million Tonali. I really wanted Tonali when he was in Milan and stuff like that. So that's good. I'm excited to see him in the Tottenham shirt at the weekend, right? But the thing is, what? And you might laugh at this point. I really want to get a Tonali shirt with him back on my name because I really like Tonali, by the way. But I'm trying to hold off because if they don't sign any forwards, and I've just bought that shirt for £116, and I've wasted that money on.
Don't do that. Don't do
I've
that.
already got Tonali on my shirt, mate. I've already got Tonali on my shirt.
There's other places you can buy shirts rather than the club shop at extortionate prices.
Okay.
My son put Tonali on the back of my shirt for me for my birthday.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. I'm like, do you know what? Yeah, fair enough. Do you know what I mean? Fair enough. I'll take it all day long. Mate.
But the thing is, I'm waiting. But this is the problem. This is why I don't invest in Spurs a lot. I don't really spend any money. My dad has my membership. I buy it off him sometimes. I give him the money. He asks for the money. I don't really give it to him. That's a bit nasty. But the thing is, I don't want to invest something that I'm not going to get something. If I'm going to pay loads of money to see Spurs, I want to see some good players on the field, like a Bale, like a Jermaine Defoe, exciting players. Because I was a kid. I'm not. No offense, I'm not as old as you guys. I'm only 22, but I've seen Bale.
I'm 21.
I've seen Jermaine Defoe. I've seen Harry Kane. I want to see those players in the attacking lineup, not Richarlison and Tell and Odeberts and Solankis. Like, I don't want to see that, But the thing is, I think they've built the squad around, but not just that forward line. And I think that's the most important thing. They should have built the forward line before they built the defence, in my opinion. Because it didn't need that much work.
It's another contentious subject, isn't it? Because some people have said they should have started at the front and worked their way back. And then obviously De Zerbi said he wants to start at the back and work his way towards the front. Evening, Adrian. Hope you're well, mate. I take it you've been listening in a little bit. Can you give us any information at all that you may have heard today on the grapevine?
Yeah, well, Ellie Gold says what he said is that the player was offered to us and we are interested in the player.
Okay.
So I'm not sure you take the fee with a pinch of salt, right? Because the media just make them fees up, don't they? They usually highly inflate them, especially when it involves us. So it appears we're interested in, we should be going for Osman or Vlahovic. They've got the experience, really. But we have no power over who we bring in. And it just seems, I don't know, he could come in and smash it or he could come in and be rubbish, couldn't he? But if you've got the more experienced international players, you usually find they can come in, they've got the guile up front and they adapt and they score goals. But yeah, I'm like this with it. I mean, a lot of fans, take him. But then it sounds like a desperate signing, doesn't it? And we've made enough of those in the past. So I looked at one video of him. I remember watching him in a World Cup, but he missed some chances as well. He missed some good chances, and so what is he? 25, 26 now?
Balogun.
Yeah.
Off the top of my head, I'm sure I
think he's 26.
26, yeah, I was going to say, I'm sure 26, yeah. Go on, Adrian.
Yeah, big up to the chat. Well, when a player's 26 as a striker, if he was that good, he'd be a household name by now, wouldn't he? You know, he's not,
Yeah.
is he? I mean, I only heard of him in the World Cup, or maybe before through Stevie Silver, because he's American, naturally supports his American players, which is understandable.
Yeah.
But he's got.
Oh, no, 25. I screwed up. Sorry.
Okay, fair enough. Doesn't matter. Semantics, right? We still would have heard him as a 25-year-old before now.
Yeah.
And he's got 45 goals and 11 assists in 111 appearances over his senior club career. So that's every club he's played for. That's a good GA, but 1 in 2 virtually. So, well, I mean, if they's been offered to us and we are interested, I think this deal gets done, don't you?
Sorry, who are we talking about? I missed
Balogun.
Follower and Barragan.
Yeah. Is this the Balogun that was formerly a Gooner?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Sunderland as well.
A few moons ago. Yeah, when he was sort of 18, 19-year-old, he was at Arsenal. When he was it a few years ago.
I think they get part of the fee as well, just to piss us Spurs fans.
Yeah, they do.
No, he was there until he was about 22. That's my question. I'm wondering if he's considered homegrown because he went on loan right around his 21st, 22nd birthday. So
good
depends
point.
how long he was there for.
I'm
You've got to
not
be
sure
there
if
3 years, I think.
It's 3 seasons or 36 months.
Yeah, so I think he would hopefully, if he's considered homegrown, that's a bonus.
Yeah, this is a point from Curly, by the way. Big up, Curly. He says, Balogun may be another Solanke, but I already know for a fact that Solanke is Solanke. We need different forward players. Different, I don't know, forwards running between the lines and such like that. We you know, I don't know. People might get. I just think Richie, especially. I know that he's got the shithousery and he can put it about a little bit when he wants and all that stuff. And when he don't have to think about it, he'll put the ball in the back of the net.
Good finisher,
right?
If you give him time to think, he couldn't finish his dinner.
No,
that instinctive chance that comes flying in the box, and when he swings a leg at it, goal, every time.
Yeah. He comes from the Timo Werner school of finishing.
Well, something like that. That's you're not wrong, Adrian. Bloody hell.
No.
But look, at the end of the day, Richarlison, I think it's time he's got to go. If I had my way, they'd both go. And honestly, I'm being honest about that. I don't think either of them are good enough for Spurs. When you go back over the years and see some of the forwards that we've had, and I know we've had this conversation before, right? But if you go back and look at some of the players that we've had up front over the years, we've finally got to the point where we just need to deal with that winger and striker section, right? You're 3/4 done now, Spurs. Go and do the biz. Just go and do the biz. And it may well happen again. And I'll be the first one that comes on and says, fair play if we get 2 or 3 in and they're better than what we've got.
Careful what you say, mate. Careful what you say.
But what I will say is that even if they are slightly better, and they do enough to get us up to, I don't know, 10th, 9th, 8th, even 7th, 6th, whatever, right? Doing it then next season, kick on again in the window. And this is what I'm worried about, because I see that we get whoever we get in, we finish if we finish 10th, 11th, 12th, they've got to go again. They've got to go again, right? But if they finish 6th and they get a bit of, I don't know, Europa League, whatever, let's just say that happened, right? Does anyone believe then that Enoch will go again? Because when they was in a semi-final of a Champions League or quarter-final, whatever it was, they never went again, right? And it cost us.
Yeah. Yeah, right? Well, put it this way, right? All I got to say to you is be very careful what you say, mate, because I made the mistake one morning to say that if Enoch really do splash the cash and make us a very good team, we'd have to come on here and say thank you. And look at the nonsense that was caused by that. Everyone's saying I mean again and all this stuff.
We don't have to thank them for doing their job, Sheriff.
No, we don't.
Yeah, but
Cookie, my thing would be, mate, is what they're going to do in January.
Yeah.
That would be my thing, because that's the next transfer window.
Doesn't Lang go on holiday in January?
Usually,
Yeah.
yeah.
He's probably on holiday at the moment. He's probably in the south of France somewhere.
Has anyone seen these links to what's his name from Everton, the guy who was going to Saudi and Dai?
What,
or whatever his
Dai?
name is?
Yeah. I'll take
There's
it.
rumours that we've been sniffing around him, and that's why he's not going to Saudi now.
Right,
I'm not
okay.
worried about wingers. There's so many wingers out there we could get. We're going to get Savinio, though. So whether we get to two in as I was just looking at Balogun's top speed, 35.97 kilometres an hour, 22.35. So he's surprisingly fast. He would be the second fastest player at our club after VDV, and then you go down to Spence and Udogie. And believe it or not, the two central midfielders are 34 k an hour, Fernandez and whatever. So he's fast. So we know De Zerbi likes fast players, definitely.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
look,
go on.
it's just like, just don't know what to think of this, to be honest. I
Would
mean,
we be happy with a Balogun and a Gakpo?
yeah,
not Gakpo, no.
It would be okay. Like,
Better than we have, right?
Gakpo's proven with his numbers in the Premier League better, and he's got about a 1 in 3 strike rate, which is really good for a winger.
Depends who you believe.
Yeah.
Honestly, because I saw someone
it's
brought
true,
stats
Adrian.
up on here.
Yeah.
Someone brought. Who is it was showing the stats? They shared their screen. I forget who it was. I can't remember what happened.
I mentioned Gakpo stats like over the other day. Like that.
So someone shared their screen, and the stats made him look like a donkey. And then there was, it was about an hour or two after the show finished. I was watching a bit of telly, and Sky Sports brought his stats up. They made him look like bloody Messi. It's just like I said.
Just use different stats.
You can cherry pick. You cherry pick stats. You can make him look like a donkey or Lionel Messi. So the choice is yours. Depends which side of the argument you're on.
Yeah, but it's like these people when they jump on YouTube highlights of players, and they go, "Oh, I've just watched his YouTube video." Yeah, I saw on Don Bello's YouTube video, and he was fucking brilliant in that.
I remember when we signed Soldado, when I looked him up. Jesus Christ, it was like the second coming until we played him all wrong.
We call that the Danny Rose method, mate. That's what we call it.
Yeah.
To be fair, I always felt bad for him, Ndombele, because I always knew he had that. He was just a very lazy player. You know that.
Well, put it this way: when we signed Ndombele,
right,
I remember there was rumours that we were going to sign him. There was people like not club, but normal people, Spurs fans on Facebook, YouTube, whatever. He's very lazy. He's very lazy. He's very lazy. He's got an attitude problem. He likes McDonald's and all this. And it was like, well, if we can see that, what the hell are the club doing?
Yeah.
Gakpo's got 148 goals and 85 assists in 419 total senior appearances. That is 1 in 2, guys. It's very impressive. Very impressive. Got this.
Yeah, I was going to.
You can ask AI for most of your facts, and then I'll go to Transfer Market. I'll look for there as well. Go on, Scott. Sorry.
I'm just going to say, for me, the stats that I'm more worried about when it comes to Gakpo: 8 goals, 5 assists, 10 goals, 5 assists, 7 goals, 5 assists. There's a level of production. Again, is he amazing? Probably not, but we're not going to get amazing. Like
But
which
10 goals
wingers are we getting that is more likely going to score from the left wing 10 goals and get 5+ assists?
Yeah,
I don't know who these guys are that we think that we're getting.
But if it's 10 league goals, 1 in 4 for a winger's good. 1 in 4 is very good. You know, Sonny, Salah.
Yeah, I just do Premier League,
1 in
Adrian.
3,
I just
less than 1 in 3. You know.
Yeah, I get that. Waffles has come on. He said, "Cookie, sometimes it's all about names, fascinations." Balogun. We talked earlier, Adrian. Just to get your thoughts on this about Mikatadze. What are your thoughts on him? Because there's been a few bits flying about him as well. The Georgian centre forward. Now, I quite like him personally. I think he would fit in to De Zerbi's style of play if I think I know how he's going to play and what I've seen before. I think he would fit in quite well. What are your thoughts on anyone else who wants to pipe up on
He's
Mikkelsen
nippy,
as
isn't
well?
he? He's a good finisher. He's nippy. I think he's only about 5'9" or something like that. But but he's a bit of an eel on the pitch.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
But until you actually see him in the Premier League, they're all a punt. I'd rather get Gakpo and Savino in first. Then if we get a third or fourth player in, or we go to Balogun, then as a third or fourth player bringing in, I'm okay with that, because you have to take a gamble on a foreign player sooner or later. And a lot have been successful. There been more failures though, but a lot of them have been successful. So, but like Mark said earlier about the stats, stats don't tell you, right?
No.
They don't tell you what's in a player's head to start off with, right?
Mm.
You need to get that information when you do your due diligence, so you don't end up with another end on belly. And they don't tell you. Say you're the creative number 10, right? And you've put Timo Werner through on goal about 20 times and he hasn't scored, right? That don't tell you how good the number 10 was, does it? Because he's put the good ball through,
Don't get the assist. Yeah,
to get the assist, you don't get that. I mean, I'm old school. Everyone knows that. I mean, like, I'm eye test first,
Yeah, me too, Adrian.
When you watch videos, you can glean a lot from videos. I mean, for forwards and midfielders, I've probably said it on here, for I'm repeating myself, but I look for players with vision who move the ball quickly, can make things happen. And by make things happen, I mean players like Kane and Son that can score goals out of nothing or make goals for themselves. That's when you've got a real class striker, when they can do that, Yeah. And like the vision's important as well, because you've got to play in people around you as well if you're the centre forward pivot. So, yeah. You can gain a lot from videos, and I take it on board that players usually always look good in their videos, but you can pick up things from them. Defenders playing things like that,
Go on.
Well, the thing about there's a comment about you need different type of centre forwards. What a centre forward needs to do is score goals. If he's a good finisher, that's all he needs to do. I think the modern game is gone where you have to build up the play and you have to hold the ball up. But a striker, we should look at a striker. Can he score goals? Yes, get him in. There you go. I know it's not as simple as that, but the thing is, as a centre forward play, can he score goals? Like, I know we talk about the. I'm not criticising anyone, by the way. I'm just saying. The thing is, we need a goal scorer. I'm not saying Kane and all this, but just someone can score goals. Richarlison can't score goals. Solanke can't score goals, but they got to be good in the thing. You know what I mean? Just get someone who can score goals. I know that's harder than said and done, but the thing is, if you get Miztati and he comes in and scores 25 goals a season, job done. There you go. But the thing is, I think you need to build a team around him. But eventually, you need to get goal scorers in. That's what a striker needs to do. That's their job, to score goals, to put the money in the in the back of the net. That's just that's what I think.
Yeah, you can add. They've got to have a good touch, and you can add the fact that some number 9s and strikers are different because they can give you a hard time. Drogba would give any defender a hard time, wouldn't he? Didier Drogba, as Solanke did with Gabriel in one game. He gave him a right torrid time in one game. No, but I mean, so if you can put those players off, and create space, then that all helps as well. It is the important thing. You want the goals. But there's more to it than that.
I think too, when you watch Richarlison, like people are saying, sorry, Cookie.
It's all right, mate. No, I was just going to read out what the multi-channel will put there, but you go first, mate. You're fine.
I was going to say, people in the chat, and I've seen it in other places, Richie scores goals. But if you watch him, how many goals is he scoring because he's tapping in, and if you put somebody else in that position, he can score. He also doesn't do anything else. He's terrible in terms of linking up play. He's terrible at holding up the ball. He tries hard to press, but he's not very effective at his pressing. I know lots of people think he is because he runs around, but if you watch him, it's not working with his other attackers. He isn't pressing together, so he runs himself out of good positions when he's pressing. So I think when people say, well, yeah, but Richie scores goals, it's like, yeah, but all he does is score goals. He doesn't create chances for himself. He doesn't create chances for others, and he doesn't work there. We need somebody, I think, like James is saying, who scores goals, yes, but I think they need to do a little bit more than that. They can't just score goals that we would expect. And I'm not saying you weren't saying that, James. I'm not trying to disagree with you. Just adding on to what you were saying is we need somebody else who can score goals that aren't just the goals that sometimes you watch Richie and it's like we could score.
He's not good enough. Simply, he's
No,
just not.
So
I'll
they
add
need to
on
be
to that.
technically good, though. Need to be technically good.
I'll add on to
Obviously.
that. Richie's first touch is probably the worst I've ever seen of any
Trampoline touch, isn't it? It's a trampoline touch.
and when he's backing into a defender, right? He's backing in. Now, I was always taught, I don't know what you lot were taught, but I was always taught you don't back in that much that you're leaning against him. You know what I mean? You almost like feel for him, you know,
and you
he
put your
just-
elbow in him. You
yeah,
put your elbow in him.
and the defenders are just moving to one side and he's falling on his arse.
Mm.
You know what I mean? He's meant to be a professional footballer. And sometimes I watch him and I think to myself, God, mate, how did you make it? That's how poor I think he is sometimes.
I'm waiting for him to be one-on-one with the keeper on a clear breakaway and dive to the ground trying to get the penalty rather than taking a shot.
To be honest, I've always said about Richie, right? Instinctively in the box, he's not too bad. You stick him through like Sonny used to do to Kane, or Kane used to do to Son. As soon as Sonny or Kane got the ball one-on-one, you knew it was a goal. You just will give up and walk back to the centre spot. You put Richarlison one-on-one with the keeper through on goal, the first thing you do is trip over his boots and fall over.
I assume
It's like watching Lowe and Hardy.
You remember? Do you remember like I think the best game Son and Kane had in the Spurs shirt is when it was COVID and we were down at Southampton. Do you remember when we won 5-2? I think that was their best 6-2. That was their best game in the Spurs shirt. I think. Do you know what I mean? Like, they were just on par, just like that was just a game where.
Was it Sonny scored 4 and Kane assisted all of them?
Yeah, because you could appreciate it more as well because there was obviously no crowd in the stadium, so you could actually literally see, right, and just appreciate it more. But you said about Richie, yeah, I know one thing he is good at is taking his shirt off and then, you know, then we go and concede a goal within 2 minutes and lose the game. That's what he's good at. So.
How long's Balogun got left on his contract? Is he down 2 years? Is that why they offered him? I haven't checked his contract details.
No, I haven't either. Has someone got something beeping?
Not me.
In the background.
I don't know. I keep hearing.
I know, but it's annoying. I mean, I've put my mic on mute, so I know it's not me.
Yeah, I was going to say,
I think it was me, guys. I stopped it. There was something else I had running.
All right, Adrian. Thank you, mate. Appreciate it. It's all right. Yeah, it was just a few people said about it in the chat, and so I was listening out for it.
No, my Discord was running. That was all. So.
Oh, fair play.
I've got a question for everybody. I've got 2 questions. Is anyone going to Hoffenheim on Saturday?
I am.
No.
You are?
Mm-hmm.
No one?
No.
And also,
no.
Where's everybody standing on Maddison?
Well, he's going to get
This is a very interesting question because there was a thing put out, him getting annoyed about someone saying he was injured.
Yeah.
And I went, oh, fuck, here we go again. I went, shit. What's everybody's position? Because, like, personally, I hate to say this, and I'm going to say it, right? I'd sell him. Like, it's like the same thing with Kulusevski, right? I think you just got to get rid of him and bring in Morgan to get what? What's everybody standing on that?
There is somebody who was it Wayne Holland comes in our chat from Leicester.
Yeah, Wayne.
He said you'll see 3 versions of Maddison. You'll get a Maddison who's unplayable. You get a Maddison you don't see, and he's anonymous on the pitch. And the other third of it is you'll get a Maddison who's injured.
When do we get the unplayable version? Sorry, because I'm still waiting for it.
Who knows?
The first year he was here?
Yeah, maybe. He was all right, wasn't he?
He was our best player by far.
Yeah, then first 10 games underhand. We still hold the record, don't we? 26 points.
Just going back to
Yeah,
Balogun,
yeah.
guys, he's on a contract until 2028. He signed a 5-year deal in 2023.
I said on one of the branches not so long ago, it wouldn't bother me. As I've said, your best ability most of the time is availability. And we've got too many
I get
players,
what
and
you're
we've got
saying,
too many
Mark.
players in this team now that are
I,
not available enough.
I get
So-
that saying, what you're saying. I know what you mean
So
behind
you're
it.
right.
But Timo Werner was available, and I wouldn't have wanted him in my team.
Well,
You know,
I'm not saying players of team, but like
no, I know what
if
you
you're
mean.
not-
I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
if you're not available for half a season, 3/4 of a season, the whole season, you're
This is why he
stealing the
can't.
living.
This is why he can't be made captain, in my opinion.
No, definitely not.
I think he's
I
going to get it,
wouldn't be adverse
whether
to
we want it or
signing him.
not. I think. Well, at least on the pitch, we haven't got another fit number 10 at present. We may have a couple more by the end of September, but we haven't got one, so he won't be sold. The other thing is he's homegrown as well. We've got 7 homegrown. Slanky's 1, Gallagher, Spence. If he isn't sold, rumours him going. I don't know what's behind that, guys. That's something you should talk about. Probably like Spence, and you got Danso, Austin. So we got 7.
Yeah.
That's. I mean, I think Spencer's played really well lately, guys. I'd hate to change the subject, right? But we can talk about Madison as well. I'm keeping him because we haven't got no one else. Unless you bring a
is
kid
what
in.
I disagree with
I
people.
wanted
about.
Mains Akliouche brought in. I would have taken Gabriel Sara at Galatasaray as a playmaker as well. But
Just
priorities are the forward line at the moment. That's what the priorities are. No matter what other reports are out there,
Yeah.
the priorities are the forward line.
Yeah, I mean, I like
they are. Yeah. Go on.
I like
Stuff.
Madison, the player, when he's healthy. He's exactly what you want. You saw it at Leicester. He's exactly what you want in a 10. He provides you double-digit goals, double-digit assists. But the reality is that he has struggled with injuries his whole career. Had coming off a major injury last year. He's, I think, 29 years old. He played 34 minutes last year. Even if he's fully recovered from that injury, you can't go from 34 minutes in a calendar year to playing 90 minutes every single week, right? So he's somebody we have to look at moving on. I think somebody said that Ali Gold said that they're thinking about moving Kudos inside this year. If Ali Gold's getting that, he's a mouthpiece for the team, so that's coming directly from the team. So I think it is something to consider moving him on. The problem is his wife. He came to Spurs because his wife wanted to live in London. So where are we going to be able to sell him if we want to move him on?
West Ham.
I don't know if he'll go there. I mean, so you can, but you might be limited in moving him. Homegrown situation. I mean, yeah, if you can get a Morgan Gibbs White, you don't have to worry about homegrown situation. If we just said Balogun is homegrown, he helps mitigate that. But I think whether we can move him or not, it's certainly something that we need to consider moving him on. And I do think it's something the club needs to consider about him being the captain is how often is he going to play and how long is he going to be here for if they make him the captain. I think because there's not really any other better options, he probably will end up being the captain, but I like my captain to be on the pitch. I like him to be on the pitch.
Yeah, of course. But I mean, with Madison, I think what he's got in his favour is when he's on the pitch, he's always looking to receive the ball. And players on the pitch respect him because they're always looking to give him the ball. So that works in his favour as being captain. I mean, let's hope he has an injury-free season, doesn't miss many games, But he's definitely a talent. I mean, you can't deny that. And the other thing is, even with Decky as well, one thing those two players give you is goals and assists. Where are we getting them from the rest of the team? When we finished second in the league, we scored 86 goals. Man United in the 7 titles they won, 2 of them titles, they scored 100 goals. Where are we getting 80 goals from? So we need...
Where are we getting 50 goals from, Adrian? 50 goals we need to get.
Exactly that. And I mean, so if you've got players in your team that will chip in with goals and contribute more elsewhere, then you keep them until you get something in that's better.
Yeah, like Adrian, you said, if he's on the pitch, I'm happy. I have no issues if he's on the pitch. I think the biggest concern is how often is that going to happen at his age and with his histories, but we'll see.
Maybe this is why De Zerbi's being really cautious with him, though. Do you know what I mean? That's what
Yeah,
I'm thinking.
yeah.
That's what.
Guys, what's your opinion on the Spence thing? There's all this talk about Inter Milan. I mean, it could be out of BS, as most of the media reports in the transfer window are. I just think he's played well. Whether you
He
like
wants
the
to leave,
Based
let
on
him
what?
go.
Based on what? Based on what?
Good World Cup.
The World Cup, he played well,
2 games.
2 games.
right?
The World Cup, he got benched by 2 center backs at playing out of position at right back.
When did he? When has he let us down in games? Pick a game.
Every time he plays and doesn't go forward with the ball.
Well, he is a defender first and foremost. I always used to
But a
say, if you
fullback.
bring a wing back in and he's absolved of defensive responsibilities, I don't want him in my team.
You could say that about Porro, couldn't you? And the other,
Yeah,
you could
yeah.
flip that. You could say Porro's defensively poor, like he has always been, and he's always out of bloody position. You know what I mean? You're flipping that. That's not even an attack, by the way. I think, Jed Spence is a very good one-on-one defender, and then you say Porro, not a very good defender, but very good going forward. So
I absolutely slammed Porro when he came to this club, and I've had to eat my words, which I have to, and I'm glad when I have to eat my words because it means the players improve.
Yeah.
Right. Then first 2 games, remember Leicester away and Newcastle away when we got absolutely battered, right? And he looked absolutely clueless in those games.
But you've got to remember, Porro was brought in as a right back for Conte.
Yeah.
And he went to a back 4. And the 2 positions are very, very different. His job is to go that way and stick the ball in the box.
He's a quality footballer.
Defensively.
What's your take on Spence then, Mark? Because
he's, for a start, where in Milan getting 30-odd million from? Because that's skin.
I think Inter Milan has money. They won the league. They went far in Champions League. They're not as bad off as the other Italian.
I'm not too bothered about Spence. To be honest, all we've heard about Spence is his attitude. At Leeds, it was his attitude.
We don't know that, do we? No one's actually come out and said that.
There's plenty of reports
Warnock did at Middlesbrough, didn't he? He had a pop.
And Park did when he was at Leeds.
He went to Rennes, Genoa, Leeds. So there's a few clubs shipped him on, didn't try and get him back.
Yeah, there you go.
Played him as well,
I mean, I'm not too bothered. If we sell him, so what?
And if he doesn't want to be here, then good riddance, mate. See you later. De Zerbi said you only keep players that want to stay. Exactly. So if you don't want to be here, take the money, run away, wipe your mouth, move on to the next player.
You got a good point. The money, right? Now, when we're selling our players, and we know that foreign clubs, they want to extort money out of you, then they don't want to pay nothing for your players. I mean, what is the benchmark here on his value then? Because 35 million euros and all that. I mean, I'm thinking, hang about. Liverpool were rumoured to be interested. They paid 40 million for Kirkes with 5 million add-ons. That's 45. And I think Cucurella went for about 60 million euros, didn't he? Right? So Spence, to me, having a good World Cup, well, I think he did all right in the World Cup, whether anyone else didn't, what I see. I think he's a £50 million player, personally.
Okay. Well, he's worth exactly what the buying club are willing to pay for.
Well, yeah, true.
That's his worth.
True.
And with all due respect, we can look back to Levy's era. We have a top-heavy squad that is full of mediocre players, and other teams know this. Yeah, and if they're only going to offer 30 million, then that's it. If that's all you can get for him. No one else is in for him.
All I got to say is, where's the list of his suitors lining up round the block?
Exactly. No one else is in for him.
So was Romero.
Man United were interested. Liverpool rumoured to be interested. You've got
rumoured to be interested.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's all you get in the transfer window, isn't
Exactly. It's rumour after rumour. We've been linked with every player from here to Timbuktu. But if no one's putting the money down, then you've got to sell him to the club that is putting the money down, whatever that
I think the Liverpool links were from Spence. Spence was interested in going to Liverpool. I don't think Liverpool had any interest in him.
Yeah, could be.
And Inter are the only ones that are in for, officially in for Spence, because that story's been doing the rounds all day, basically.
We talked about it. Go ahead, James.
The thing is, I don't want another situation where we get if Ndogi's injury prone, right? And imagine if we get Robinson gets injured, and then you're stuck with Ben fucking Davies, and then you have to, and then
no
we sold
slagging off Daddy
Spence.
Davis. There's no slagging off Daddy Davis on
So
this
sorry.
channel.
So sorry. You want 4 players that can fill the left back position.
But I don't want Ben Davies in. This is the problem.
Okay.
If you're starting, the two is
So you want 3. So let's take Davis out.
United
You want
the best.
3 players.
United.
You want 3
silence him.
players. 3 players that can fill the left back position.
No, because Spence can play right back as well. When was it Porro gets fucking injured as well?
What happens if he doesn't?
Then buy another player that can fill the role.
You can't have 3 players for every position.
I don't want to see Ben Davies starting another fucking season for Spurs.
No, I don't think any of us do. But if we have to, we have to, don't we?
Yeah, but the thing is, Spence is better than Ben Davies. So if them two get injured, Dogi's always bloody injured.
I'll tell you
But
what.
what
I'll
happens
go.
if
I'll go
Udogie,
with
Robertson,
Deserby's
and-
opinion of a player rather than someone on YouTube's opinion of a player, because he's got the experience that I don't have.
As an emergency, Gray would play right back, right? If Porro was injured. So
should we buy
even though
somebody?
Gray doesn't want to play there, and I don't want to see him there either. I want to see him in midfield.
But I just don't want to see Ben Davies. And then, because I know he's going to play in the under-21s, put Spence there, that'd be all right. Then you have Porro and Spence. That's all I'm saying.
He played well.
But James, what happens if Spence gets hurt and Robertson gets hurt and Udogie gets hurt? Should we buy a 4th left back now to prevent that? We can't keep Spence in case 3 players get hurt. That's Spence is the perfect example of what we need to get rid of. Not because he's a bad player, but because teams want to buy him, because he's not going to start for us, because he doesn't want to be a depth player. That's the kind of players we should move. Much time at Spurs, we say we can only get rid of the absolute terrible players. No, we have to get rid of good players that teams want to buy that don't have a spot at Spurs. And the reality is he wants to play. Bear on. Move him on.
And I know Ben Davies doesn't mind being a depth player.
And it was rumoured.
Player, does he?
And I think part of the problem, it was rumoured that Spence told De Zerbi he wants to play on the left. Well, you're right-footed. Please can we play left-footed players in left-footed positions and right-footed players in right-footed positions? Because what that does when we go down wide, because now you've got a player that inverts. Becky's all right. He's proved he can score goals and assists when he inverts and comes in, right? He makes more incursions into a penalty area than any other player in the Premier League, any wide player. But if you've got Savino and Udogie, a fit Udogie, I mean, we don't know what happened with him, but if you down the left, what they'll do, they'll stretch the width of the pitch and you'll get crosses coming in from the corner flag that curl away from the goalkeeper instead of someone trying to be inverted and cutting on his wrong foot, right? I mean, how many crosses does Spence put in? He doesn't.
Not a lot. No.
He doesn't, does he?
But he's still a decent defender, though.
But hang on.
Well.
Even in pre-season, how many crosses did Robertson put in?
A lot.
Yeah, he put them in. And that makes a big difference, balance. But we've been so disjointed and lacked so much. We've lacked cohesion in midfield and attack. I mean, we know the attack's pants, right?
Yeah, we do. Sorry, I was just looking for someone's phone number there. My bloody car alarm was going off. That's why I disappeared.
You do know you had 2 people come in the room while you was away, though, and say up for United, right?
Yeah.
It wouldn't surprise
me.
A
member of your family come in and shouted, come on United or something.
Yeah, listen, I told you all that I have to live with United fans. Lisa, all Lisa's kids are United fans.
Could be worse. They could be West Ham United.
Well, yeah. No, it's Man United, unfortunately. But yeah, it don't surprise me that they come in and give it all. They was all quiet when we beat them in the Europa, though. So and the other times that season as well. Listen, it is what it is, isn't it? At the end of the day, has anyone got anything else that they want to say in the transfer window? Because I'm close to wrapping up.
Mikey Moore's deal to Cone or Cologne is done. Yang Min Hook's going to Westerlo. We must have a close association with him because Divine was out with Vuskovic, wasn't he?
Yeah.
He's going out there.
Yeah.
So they'll be looking for a loan for Takaya. Williams Barnett can't go anywhere because he's 17. You've got to be 18 legally to get a loan, so he'll stay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the Ashley Phillips 7 million with 30 million add-ons to Middlesbrough hit a hitch with a medical. They found something
All right.
there, so they might.
Yeah.
They'll just fiddle with the add-ons on that one. He's a good player, Phillips. So yeah, so
I like Phillips, to be honest with you, Adrian. I've watched him a few times.
I watched him
down
in
at Stoke, and he looks all right. You know,
Yeah.
he looks like he's turned into a man type of thing. Do you know what I
Oh,
mean?
is that the lad that was a Stoke you used to go with your boy to?
Yeah, yeah.
He's about 6'5". Some of these kids, they must put them in grow bags when they're younger. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, it might well do. Yeah,
they're
they might
giants.
well
So
do.
I think that deal will still go through for what it is.
Yeah.
And then it's and what no one's talked about in this window as well, because we don't know how much money there is to spend. We know we can. I mean, I think we've only spent. I think our net spend, you can ask us, is about 158 mil.
No, it's 90 or
Lower
something.
than that, Adrian.
Well, I'll go on AI now and ask.
Yeah, have a look. Yeah, I mean, obviously we'd included the Phillips deal in that, but not and Lancashire as well. But obviously Phillips is not completed now, so yeah, obviously we've got to take that off. I thought it was about 90 mil, mate. 237 odd million spent, and about 120 bought back in, something like that. 130.
Tottenham have just announced the ticket prices for the Carabao Cup second round against Charlton Athletic. By the way,
£20.
£25 for adults, £10 for juniors.
Right, it says here 228.6 million spent.
Yeah.
Total income 74.78 million.
Oh, is that all?
Net spend 153.82 million.
I stand corrected, Adrian.
Well, we got
Thank you very
55.
much.
Look, I mean that figure. We could knock 100 million off that with sales of Richie, Romero, right? So we could then come out the window if we don't spend. Obviously, we are going to spend at least another probably 150 mil, but we're probably going to get about 20 mil back. So we can do whatever business we really want, really.
Yeah.
Well, we were told money is no object. Money is really no object.
And but that's in this window, right? And then we see, and then that's the finances for this window that tally up. So, and then you have to see what business you can do. And we can spend 85% of our total revenue, right? Plus, because this is a transitional year, another 30% on top. So it can virtually do what we want.
It's the only thing, that you can ever thank Daniel Levy for is the financial position he placed this club in to be able to go and throw money about like confetti.
Yeah.
I get where you're coming from, but I wouldn't be thanking Daniel Levy for that because he should be doing deals like this earlier.
Well, of course he should.
So all he's done is let us, suffer crap football since Poch left, basically. And like, all right. And so like now we can spend big. But Poch wasn't back for 518 days.
Yeah. Well, we know that. We know that. I've been going on, and we should have won 2 league titles.
Yeah.
If Enoch were on top of the game. And they can't say we never had the money. They had the money, but they were too worried about building the cash machine to line their own pockets with it.
Well, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, well, the cash machine's built now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
It is.
I'm going to head off.
Yeah, thanks, James, for coming on. We're going to wrap up now.
I was going to say, if you want to hang on for 2 minutes.
Just hang on 2 seconds, James. We're going to wrap up.
Because we're sending everyone over to Benji if he's still going.
Yes, Benji's still going. I've just checked. What we're going to do is, Benji's just started his own channel. So if you can get over there, it's called the Tottenham Concept. I've just checked. He's got a great panel on tonight. A great panel of people on with him. So get over there.
I heard Mia was going on there.
Yeah, Mia's on there. Danny's on there, amongst others. He's got a few people on tonight. So go over there. When you get there, just put in there 2 marks raid. Would really appreciate it. Yeah. I want to say personally, thank you to everyone that's been on tonight and aired their views. I really appreciate it. Thanks to everyone in the chat as usual.
Over 100 most of the show.
What it is. Sorry,
Over
Mark.
100 most of the show.
Yeah. Done really well tonight.
Big up to you.
big up to everyone that's been on, all you lot that are still on here. Big up to you. And we'll see you in the morning at 9:30, as usual, for the breakfast brunch. Come and join us. Have a chat.
Us.
Yeah, we're both going to be there. So, Joey, thanks to you for coming on.
No worries.
Hope to see you a bit more again, mate, and I hope everything
mate.
picks up for you, mate.
Cheers.
Look after yourself. Stevie, thanks for coming on. Scott, thank you.
Mate.
James,
Scott.
thank you. Thank everyone in the chat.
Appreciate
We'll see you all again soon. And, as always, come on, you Spurs.